Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our second day of the FSL, Female Esports League. I'm your host, or your caster, Jitjuan, and today I'm going to bring to you some of the finest Dota 2 games from some of our best female players in the whole entire Southeast Asia. So a quick recap from yesterday, from the 3 games that we have actually casted, we actually have Mavens coming in, winning the first game, followed by Ascended Superiors, who actually beat Psych due to an unfortunate DC in the LAN cafe. And last but not least, we actually have our final game with Yawa emerging victorious. Now that game was something that you wouldn't actually really want to miss, which was actually quite funny because CAG, they were actually getting completely destroyed by the Wind Ranger, but somehow Zeus managed to get an Aghanims and managed to sneak out a Rampage just before their Ancient fell. So when you want to decide who's getting the MVP, whether Wind Ranger wants to get it or Zeus, it's all up to you to decide. So from then on, today I'm actually going to be bringing to you on our second day of our first game between Philippines and Indonesia, Nemesis Gaming and Valor Esports. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. Already into the first draft, the first phase of the draft, we already see Tinker being banned out. Interesting. I mean, I guess most of the Radiant players, actually most of the time, like I said yesterday, I think a lot of players playing in the Radiant sides are really cautious around this Tinker pick because it's just so strong for the Dire side, especially with that 3 camps. Tinker can just farm up those stacks insanely fast. Now a lot of people, they prefer to stack the camp and for the Dire with the Ancients, but nowadays, I mean, because with such an early stage or such an early point in March, you won't be exactly be able to clear off those ancient stacks. So what most players usually do is to farm off those that 2 medium camps and that 1 hard camp, which makes your farming efficiency so much better for Tinker. So yeah, Tinker being banned out this early kind of makes sense. At this point of time, I think Tinker is just pretty much broken in the Dire side. Though I do have to wonder whether the bottom jungle for Radiant is still feasible to farm those 3 camps, but I think when it comes to stacking, only the Dire camp will be able to stack all 3 of them at the same time, simultaneously. Okay. Sand King Lion, you have 2 really aggressive stuns coming up from Valor.
Radiant team banned.
Well, one interesting thing about these 2 teams is that they're actually coming from Philippines and Indonesia. Now, these 2 countries are really well known for their hyper-aggressive playstyles, so I'm really quite keen to see how they will actually execute this in this lineup. And to no surprise, we're already seeing a Night Stalker Grimstroke, Sand King, and Lion. So without a doubt, we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of aggression going on in the early side lanes. Doom being banned out for 4th ban for Valor. Still at this point, don't really see any obvious picks. It's coming up. Well, going in with the Grimstroke and Silence and Night Stalker, you're coming in with a lot of Silence and Spell Disables. So they might go in for something more aggressive. I think a Glass Cannon might work pretty well for Nemesis. Banning away Anti-Mage Juggernaut. Really scary agility cost. I'm smelling Medusa. I don't know. I mean, Medusa is one of those heroes that can scale extremely fast. You take away the PL, you take away Anti-Mage. At this point of time, I don't really see any obvious counters to the Medusa aside from the Outward Devour. But then when you are pairing heroes like Night Stalker and Grimstroke, I don't think OD will exactly be an issue for you. So yeah, I think Medusa is still in the pool, still a possible heroes pick for them. But then again, we're talking about aggression. We might want to pick something that is more mobile, I guess. For Medusa, sure, you can get that. You are able to get that farm. You're able to be super scary in the late game. But like I said, hyper aggressive playstyles. You might look for something that can scale faster, maybe throughout the mid game. So yeah, Lifesteal, follow. What a cute. Actually nowadays there's just so many heroes that can just pair with this Grimstroke. But what surprises me so far is that before Mars was actually allowed into the captain's mode, everybody's been hyping up, saying Mars will be completely broken when introduced into CM, but now that Mars is introduced, we don't really see a lot of Mars pick. coming up. Maybe it's because it's been nerfed, but with the Aghanims being introduced, I still think Mars is still a viable hero, except for the fact that his second skill, God's Rebuke, is gonna be, yeah, it's quite mana heavy, it's mana costly. Takes up quite a lot of mana despite you being a strength hero. So yeah, sure, you may take away the cooldown, but one issue or one constraint that you have to watch out for getting that X is still the mana.
Warlock.
Mana management overall.
Dire team pick.
Wraith King.
Wraith King.
Tanky, strong, able to pair with the Soulbind to Wraith Fire Blast. So I think it's pretty good so far. Both teams still going on for those stable picks. Sand King deciding to go for the off lane, but then again, I wouldn't be too surprised to see Lion going mid. I really like this. I really like this ballsy pick that they decided. What they actually decided to do was to pick a Wraith King into the Lion.
Radiant
With that mana
team
chain,
pick.
won't be too surprised to see Lion pumping 2 points into the mana sip. Sven, a good response into the Wraith King skeletons. And overall, just an incredibly strong hero. You have a huge stun coming up from Warlock, able to dish out a huge area of control. And not to mention pairing it with Sand King and Lion. It's a lot of stuns to follow. We are playing 4 stuns in Valor's lineup.
5
Nemesis, they really
seconds
want to look for something tanky and hopefully a hero that can kite around the Sven. Night Stalker might be going for the Halberd. I think it's still possible for him to go for Halberd, but Spirit Vessel is definitely the item to go.
Bounty Hunter.
Whoa, okay, Bounty Hunter. Alright, Bounty Hunter has high armor. It's a pain in the ass to deal with. But overall, I mean, then again, you're playing into 2 vision heroes. You're drafting a Night Stalker and a Bounty Hunter. I mean, with Anti-Mage
10
gone,
seconds remaining.
Storm? Still an option? But then you're picking Storm to 4
5
stuns.
seconds
It's like, okay. Okay. Medusa, Lina. I think Lina might be a good pick. Lina, Death Prophet. I mean, Death Prophet is an exorcism. It will hurt the Golem quite a lot. But what's so critical, and why I think Death Prophet might actually be a good pick is still because of the Aghanims. It just makes you so tanky. You might just be able to outlive the entire fight, and not to mention with the Siphon, you can kite around the Sven. But yeah, Valor going in for the obvious Medusa ban. Yeah, with PL out and Anti-Mage out, I don't think that Valor exactly have a simple counter to Medusa. Whoa, Meepo being banned out here. Guess it's good, since Nemesis at this point of time don't exactly have any obvious counters towards it. But Valor, I'm not so sure about Brood Mother, but Brood could be the niche pick that they're looking for. Like, sure, there is the Stroke of Fate,
10
but
seconds remaining.
aside from that, if you go Diffuser, you go for the Medallion, you can just run in the middle of
5
everyone and just kill them all.
remaining.
Not to mention the upgrade of Aghanims on the Brood Mother, I think it can be faster. Will it be faster than Night Stalker? I mean, it is a percentage increase. Is it? I don't think so. Okay, never mind. It's not percentage increase. Yeah, I remember. So yeah, I think even if the Aghanims, Brood Mother should be able to outrun this Night Stalker. So, I'm still going with probably something like maybe Quap or Lina. Cause at this point of time, Nemesis they don't exactly have a lot of wave clearing heroes,
Dire
so
team pick.
why not? Yeah, Lina's the call. Good range, clears the wave, high magic burst damage. Not to mention you have heroes like Night Stalker and Wraith King to actually tank the front lines. With the vision that Track's able to give, that Laguna is able to go far. And not to mention you're talking about the Soulbind as well. It's a pretty scary draft coming from
10
Nemesis.
seconds remaining.
With the push, they have the push there, they have the team fights. Vision is there.
5
But
seconds
one thing
remaining.
that definitely have to watch out for is still giving Sven that farm. We don't exactly want this big blue knight to get as much farm as he wants. I think it's I think the lane rotations are going to be quite important for Nemesis as they really want to disrupt the laning phase. Raiding into that dire jungle early on can really be quite costly for the Sven. And Shadow Fiend is going to be the last pick for Valor's esports. One by one, everybody's just going to pick up the heroes. Shadow Fiend. I kind of like that pick though. You're getting free souls from Wraith King's skeletons. If that's decently well against Lina. I mean, Lina doesn't exactly have the HP to sustain against the raise combo, but then again, she has that range that is able to out zone the Shadow Fiend. So yeah. But one thing SF definitely have to watch out for is those rotations, like I mentioned. You're picking SF into heroes like Night Stalker and Bounty Hunter. You're gonna be expecting a lot of ganks in the mid lane. And not to mention Lina, one of those, is also a really scary lane hero with the magic burst damage. So overall, I think the draft will most likely be stronger. I will have to vote for Nemesis Gaming. Whereas for Valor Esports, I think that if they get the snowball or if they get the space to farm, these guys are gonna be trouble. I mean, you're talking about Shadow Fiend and Sven. These two heroes are just so scary when it comes to the mid game phase. So without further ado, we'll be starting our first game.
Prepare for battle.
So, Lina. B-Boy will be playing the Bounty Hunter. Nice soccer. So unfortunately, I think there's gonna be some bugs going on with the camera, so we're gonna do it for a quick restart. Unfortunately. So hold on tight. So right, we are back, and like I said, there's gonna be a quick TC from Warlock, but likewise, I think in terms of the draft, I think Dio would definitely have the stronger mid game advantage if they're given the space. However, at the same time, Nemesis Gaming, they seem to have a really strong aggressive lineup. I'm talking about Bounty Hunter, Night Stalker, Lina. These heroes offers a lot of vision and a lot of burst damage. So I think greedy heroes like Shadow Fiend really has to watch her back out for all of these ganks. Now the mid lane matchup between Lina and Shadow Fiend, this is gonna be a little bit tricky. I think for Shadow Fiend SF just might have a slight disadvantage, but judging by that last pick, Shadow Fiend really goes to show a lot of confidence. So overall, likewise, I think on Radiant it really has to go down to that snowball potential. They have to snowball. They can't really afford to sit back and relax for too long. Like sure, I think without a doubt they just may have the early game advantage, but it's really got to do with the mid game execution. Whether they're able to transit smoothly into the game, that's going to be quite important for them. So without further ado, let's go for a quick player introduction. We actually have Olia playing the Shadow Fiend in the mid lane from Valor. All the way in the top lane we have Xaveria playing the Sven, and Gracelyn going with her as a Warlock, and moving all the way down to the off lane we have Hyphen or double underscore playing the Sand King, and Lion being played by ALZ in the off lane. Whereas on the Radiant side, we also have B-Boy playing the Bounty Hunter. Night Stalker being played by Nezuko. Lina, Ligaya being played by Ligaya, that's going to be going up against the Shadow Fiend shortly. And moving all the way down to the bottom lane, we have Alita playing the Wraith King. And Grimstroke played by AAA. That's right. AAA indeed. So overall, quick pings are coming out already. It's pinging one another to stay in the trees. It's gonna be a little bit of a skirmish at top lane as B-Boy Boy will actually just stand by the runes, trying to contest it, but knowing that Ziveria
The battle
haven't up getting a point in the Stormhammer just yet. And just as I said that, Sven will be able to get the bounty rune. Bounty Hunter didn't exactly take the point in the gold steel. Saving the point in the just in case he gets jumped on. Getting that point in the invis will be able to save a life. So it's gonna be a 2 for 2. Oh, it's actually gonna be 3 for 1 as ALZ actually happens to snatch the runes at the bottom lane. Bar strike and L spike. 2 strikes, 2 stuns. But then again, you have to be careful when you're playing into Grimstroke and Wraith King. Spike will connect to the Wraith King, it's nothing much. But one issue that Wraith King definitely have to watch out for is that you're playing a melee hero into Sand King. But then again, Sand King is just so strong against any melee hero. With the buffs to Sandstorm, yeah, it's definitely gonna zone out the lane by a lot, by a huge margin. ALZ already getting that extra sentry.
Is that
Yeah.
your best?
Will she get the reward though? Will she? Moving down to, oh, bottom lane, ALZ taking a huge chunk of damage from the Shock of Fate. My mid lane, Olia taking in a lot of right click damage from the Lina. This is what I mean. You're picking SF into Lina. I think the matchup might sound even on paper, but then when it comes to the lane execution, I think Lina definitely might be able to have the advantage. Slightly more than the SF. Just because of how little HP both of these heroes have. But then again, Lina is able to outrange the Shadow Fiend in the early stages of the game. Olia will fetch herself up south, quickly regen up. And then yet again, we'll be having a quick pause up. Then again, look at this. Lina actually went for the Now Talisman early on. Having 2 points in the Dragon Slave and having a 3% spell amplification. Oh, but the Light Strike away will connect on the Shadow Fiend tactical pause. Monka S. Top lane, Boy will be able to contest the pull from Gracelyn. Now, like I said, I think in terms of the laning stage, Nemesis, they will have the lane advantage. The early on lane advantage, yeah, is definitely going to go in the way of Nemesis, but mid game, late game, I think I have to favor Valor for this. So now the Sentry Ward's already being dropped out. I just like it, all of these supports are just going straight in for those Sentry Wards. Still at bottom lane, I think the games is still going slightly passive as both sides just really want to secure themselves as much levels as they can for the time being. On Wraith King, will we actually be seeing a Midas on the Wraith King in this game? Yeah, I mean, if you want to go greedy, I don't really see why Midas wouldn't be a bad option. Here comes the mana sip. Man, Lai is just such an annoying hero. Like, sure, you can... your right click isn't that much, but then again, you're able to annoy the heck out of your enemy just by earth spiking and just drinking their mana. It's literally any strength 0 nightmare. Like, look at this. Wraith King only has like 339 mana, and just casting one Wraith Fire Blast is already going to cost him 100. Yeah, so even though that 1 point mana drain might not be enough, I still think it's a great spell to maybe consider getting a second level in it. Mid lane, Shadow Fiend going low again. Oh, Liana exactly having the time of her life. Like, she is getting those last hits, much needed, but yet again, this Dragon Slave, the early aggression from the Lina could just be too much for the Shadow Fiend to handle. As the courier goes back time and time again to ferry those healing salves. Top lane, Bounty Hunter will be scouted out. The Sentry Ward will be able to show off Boy. As the Shadow Wards will connect onto her. Will she TP out in time, or will she lose out first blood? No, she will not. She will TP back to safety.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Legaia still pushing on that mid lane pressure, forcing Shadow Fiend to push all the way back into the base. Now the 5-minute runes are already slowly starting to come up, and that also means
Dire's middle
first
tower is
for the
under
first night
attack.
time bottom lane. There's a leader falling extremely low, but the Inkswell will be able to give out that movement speed. 3 heroes rotating bot. AAA will be able to scout out ALZ.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh, the stun will connect onto AA. As Wraith King and Grimstroke, they just might draw first blood. They're not careful enough as Sand King kill off AAA. Getting a little bit careless, jumping between the visions with such little HP. Yeah, both teams definitely have to be extremely careful, especially in this safe lane. Legaia already have that level 6 pumping in that point in Lacuna, but doesn't exactly have the mana at this point of time.
Dire's bottom tower
Legaia
is
actually
under
going in
attack.
for the arcane boots, so we're probably going to be seeing a magical asset, magical Lina this game. Boy will rotate into the mid lane as the first knight will fall. Now, judging by Shadow Fiend, will we be seeing a Guardian Greaves? I mean, it is still, I guess it's still in trend slightly, even though the Greaves have been nerfed. Oh, Boy we're actually eating that double raise,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
suspecting that they might have vision in the mid lane. Legaia have to be slightly careful here. The LSA will connect onto Shadow Fiend, popping in that Fairy Fire, but all the way bottom river. Spike will connect, saving ALZ's life from the Inkswell. Boy will be able to chase it down, but ALZ should be safe here. Oh, the Choco Fate will connect. Cast his curse. ALZ will be able to stroll away right out of that. Mid lane, Lina getting pressured by both Gracelyn and Aulia. Gracelyn actually picking up that double damage.
Is missing.
Now, how often do you see the position 5 drafting out a double damage? But bottom lane, I do happen to miss a kill on the Wraith King, as both Sand King and Lion will jump on the aggression. Spyboy will try to dish out as much damage as she can onto ALZ, as Nezuko will fly in, trying to snag up a kill. Without any vision available, Sand King should be just fine. Nemesis.
Radiant's
They
middle
do lose
tower
2
is under
heroes.
attack.
But yeah, the goal's gonna swing in favor of Valor for this time. But likewise, Nemesis, they can't really give too much of this early game advantage to Valor, as Dire's farming abilities is definitely much more faster than Nemesis. Wraith King, not exactly going for that minus just yet. I don't really think, will we actually be seeing Wraith King go for the minus build? Like, she's not exactly sitting very well on last hits. Not exactly the most favorable matchup for her. Mid lane, LSA will connect to the Shadow Fiend. SF sitting at level 7, surprisingly. So Legaia will try and add on as much pressure as she can. But then again, the rest of Valor will slowly come and rotate mid lane. Rotate down the mid lane, but Boy will be able to scout out ALZ. Will he snag up the illusion? Yes, she will. ALZ with the stun. Boy taking out the illusion, denying the Shadow Fiend's bottle. Bottle charges. Legaia going in a little bit aggressive, but she will miss the LSA. Nezuko, yeah. She is utilizing this nighttime to farm up, to contest against the Sven. But would you really want to do that, or would you prefer to gank the lanes? I think at this point of time, maybe it would be a better choice for Nezuko to actually better utilize this time to maybe gank the lanes, but maybe, oh, getting the aggression on Zevira. There are TPs available, but Boy would rotate just in time to cancel the shield. Sven sitting at the top of the network, top of the last hit so far. Nevertheless, oh, but bye boy. She's not going for the courier. Not going for the bird. Weird, but okay. Xavier getting a little bit of trouble here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
She does have the Midas, but will die at a cost of 400 gold, 398 to the bounty hunter. Okay. Maybe it was worth not going for the courier, but going for the kill. Priorities. A little bit confused, but then again, it's gonna be a free kill, so can't exactly deny that.
Dire's top tower is
Lion
under
will try and sit around for the bounty rune, but I'm not so sure if AA will want to contest this. The silence will come up,
Money changes hands.
and should be able to secure Radiant themselves one bounty rune. Sand King will be able to review the Wraith King stuck in the trees. Reincarnation is on cooldown. Alita, I have to be careful here. Power Strike, it is on 3-second cooldown. Will she be able to reach it though? Alita's extremely fast with the phase boots. Ping's already coming out. It's Grimstroke just gets got out. Stormhammer will connect as Sand King. Bottom lane will also get the stun on. But Sven, and using that God Strength, will they be able to catch Ligaias? Getting stuck in the downhill. Sand King will be able to try the Sandstorm, and the Razors will not connect. Oh, just as I said that, Power Strike will be able to root Selena in place. And Olia will take the kill with the final raise. It's 2-6, 10 minutes into the game, as the goal swings in advantage for Valor. This point of time, Sand King actually sitting higher net worth than the Sven, surprisingly. I mean, Sven has the Midas, but Sand King, you have 4 kills to your name already.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Wow, actually, she didn't really consider going for the point in Caustic Finale. You're like, sure, okay, maybe it's good because you want to control the wave better. But actually, yeah, why not? Getting more points in Sandstorm also works fairly well. Nowadays, everybody makes Sandstorm, but usually I'll prefer to keep 2 points in Power Strike. Maybe even a point in Caustic Finale would be quite good. Helps with the push, good slow, helps you with the chasing as well. Warlock actually deciding to go for maxing the Fatal Buttons instead of the Upheaval. Alright. I mean, okay, most heroes usually they do get a point at Upheaval, but that really depends on how the fights go. Like, would you really want more crowd control or more damage? Like, the damage does scale with the Sven, but yeah, I guess it makes sense since Dire already have so much lockdown. You have Lion, you have Sand King. But what I'm really curious about is what Shadow Fiend will actually build into. Yeah, she's going to the Garden Grease build. Able to purge off the slow and the track. But then again, it's an extremely expensive item. Probably going to be seeing it at probably around maybe the 20-minute mark. I think it'll be earlier, but considering the amount of pressure that Nemesis is able to do. Yeah, going in defensive might be the name of the game, but Warlock coming in from the wrong end of the team fight. Power Strike will connect to 2. Sandstorm is out, but so is the Fatal Boss. The damage is insane. The Golem will not be used. Oh, there's no Golem at all. Bye, boy. Jumping in deep, but Olia trying to finish it off with the raise. The Power Strike will connect onto the big blue bat. Olia will try and snack off the kill onto the bounty hunter. Dust coming out a little bit too slow, but Night Stalker will come out from the trees out of nowhere and will be able to finish off the Shadow Fiend. The stun on Nezuko, and it's gonna be daytime just in time for the big bats to drop onto the floor, and Nezuko will try and desperately run out to safety, but no, she will not succeed as the Power Strike will be able to finish her off. Bounty Hunter actually falling prey to the Sven. Midas Gaming. Alright. I think the game would be so much more different if actually Warlock had that point in column, Chaotic Offering. But I guess that's what happens when you actually value more points in the Fatal Bonds. Interesting. But likewise, that Fatal Bonds into Sand King, that's one scary combo. I mean, you're not exactly extremely tanky on the side of Nemesis, so they do have to be slightly careful to off this burst damage. Bye boy, we'll be able to scout out the Sand Kings chilling in the high ground. Scouting it out with the track. And yeah, Spirit Vessel's gonna be the first item for the Bounty Hunter. You going Vessel first? Usually I was actually thinking whether
Radiant's
Boy
middle
will actually
tower
go in
is
for the
under
medallion,
attack.
but I guess not. Spirit Vessel's better, I guess, against the Shadow Word. Sand King does get scouted out. The Silence will be able to connect. Veil of Discord will be thrown out, but the LZ will not connect. But the Golem to follow up with the Veil. The Soulbind connects onto the Golem, the double Laguna, but it does nothing to the Golem, nor to the Sand King. Lina will get chased down by the Sven. It's gonna be easy kill, unstoppable for the Sand King. It's good combination. I mean, one thing Grimstroke definitely have to watch out. Actually, to be honest, I wouldn't exactly say that Warlock might be a counter to Grim just because the Golem's able to soak up the damage
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
from Soulbind, the
Radiant's
connection of the
structures
Soulbind,
are
but
fortified.
yeah, I really like this Golem pick. I didn't actually, to be honest, I didn't even know that Golem would be targeted by the Soulbind. Should be an easy tier 1 with the Golems and
Radiant's top
Severa.
tower is under attack. Radiant's
Yeah,
top
or
tower
Leah
has
will be able to
fallen.
catch up that mechanism anytime soon. Dark Ascension will be popped as the rest of Nemesis will try and scout out any heroes. They did see the Sven TP mid, so at this point of time, it might be the best time for them to go on the aggression. Night Stalker will be still on the high ground, casting as much silence and control as he can, but then again the Earthspike will connect onto to the Night Stalker. Finger of Death to follow. But where's the rest of Nemesis?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Hope the pings are coming out. Spawniana will be reviewed from the backlines. The Earthspike to follow. And Olia will be able to get up the last hits. Haste will be popped. Little bit careless there from Bounty Hunter. Like, I get it, you want to give the vision, but gotta watch your positioning, man. Night Stalker was low on health, and I guess it was more or less miscommunication. Yeah, Sand King will be able to fire up the dagger anytime soon. Yeah. Actually going in for the arcane boots instead of the casual boots of travels. I guess with the mana sustain it should be fine. But then again, a lot of players usually decide whether they want to go for the arcane boots or the soul ring. I mean, personally for me, I still prefer the boots of travel build. Like early on, I usually go for claries and mangoes. Sometimes maybe even a soul ring, but I don't know. I don't really see myself going arcane boots that often. Like, sure, you want to go for the Aether Lens,
Dire's bottom tower has been
which should definitely
denied.
scale extremely well for heroes like Sand King, but yeah, I guess Aether might be a priority item. But still, I prefer more of the map pressure that this hero is actually capable of. I mean, this spell is just so scary. Look at that range. Not to mention the 2.2 stun, 700 range, and not to mention it scales extremely well, especially when it comes to ganks. Damage is nice, the range is nice, great at turning team fights. So yeah, I don't know. Like maybe going for Aether Lens early on, it sounds okay. Like maybe just because you can disassemble from your arcane boots. But like I said, for me, I think it's all about personal preference. Just feel that with the boots of travel just gives you so much more
Dire's
mobility
top
across the
tower
map.
is under attack.
As the rest of Valor, they will be smoked up, trying to get as much vision as they can. The pings are coming up for the D-Wars, they know that there's an invis room. But they have to be extremely careful, they know that Valor are actually hiding in the jungle. But they do see the Dragon Slave, but does Lina know about this? Legaia will be able to back off to the fountain. Just to mana regen up. Understanding that they're not going to be getting anything from these gangs, I guess it's time for Valor to actually start taking those objectives. Sierra actually going in for the Blink Dagger instead. I actually thought she might want to go for the Sergeant Yasha instead. Like sure, maybe Blink Dagger is a great initiation too, but then again, you're having heroes like Sand King, you already have control from Lion, Warlock. Will you really need the Blink Dagger though? Like it's great to jump into the backlines as well, but one thing you really have to take note of is more or less the positioning. Nemesis actually deciding to go in for this trade, the tier 1 for the tier 2. Interesting. Okay.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Lina will be able to get caught out by the Power Strike. The body blocks will be there. The Veil of Discord cuts onto Legaia, but with this TPs already coming in, Sand King will just back right out. Grim Stroke does provide the vision for the Sand King. The Barrel Strike will be able to connect. The silence is there. But I think the rest of Valor will actually go in for the fight. Lina will actually get cleaned up by Xavier from the background. Gracelyn will be able to try the golems. Nezuko will try to find herself a kill, but Olia will cast out the Requiem, slowing down the entire fight. Epicenter is out, but so will be the rest of the team as Lion to fall. Nice Stalker next, and the leader will get chased down by the Sven. The Blink Dagger being put into good use as Xavier tries to go in for the chase, but oh, the Power Strike will blink up to the higher ground and get the Wicked Sick. An easy kill on the Grim Show. Bounty Hunter again getting caught out at the edge of the team fight. Mega kill streaks for the Sven.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Now that's the scary thing. Okay, maybe this is why you really want to go for the dagger on Sven. Lina getting initiated on with the Power Strike. Severe, the pings are already coming out. Laguna are thrown all the way onto the Sand King. And yeah, I just may be wrong, but it's Blink Dagger build. Like, it's so good. Okay, I'm actually starting to see. This is the second time that Severe is actually able to get that easy kill on the Lina, closing in that distance. Power Strike will connect to the 2, but the Soulbind will latch on to the Sand King. Olia being very, very careful not to take in any more follow-up damage. And a monster kill streak will go to the Sand Scorpion thing. The king of the sands, the Sand King. And just like that, Valor was just snag a Rex without much of a challenge and will stroll right back out. Olia actually not finishing off that Guardian Grease but going in for the U Scepter. It's a good purge, good mana regen item. Wow, but wait, is it very common? Personally, I don't really think that you see both Use and Guardian Grease being picked up by Shadow Fiend. I mean, just because the amount of mana regen is, I don't know, I don't think it's really that necessary. Like, you would rather want to build more into stats than mana regen. Like, it's great for farming efficiency, but likewise, you might want to build up more stats when it comes to the team fights. I guess it's okay, but do you really need that much mana regen? But then again, it's talking about the debuff. I guess there's a fair argument to say that Use is a good counter against that track. I guess. But then Track's cooldown is only like 4 seconds. 4 seconds! 4 seconds and your use is, yeah, 2.5. Wait. Okay, I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure it's like around 20-second cooldown for use, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 23. So I wouldn't exactly count it as a very reliable debuff. So yeah. Using Grease on SF. Is that the meta? Or is he just or is it just because they're just too confident? Bounty Hunter will be able to dish out the tracks, giving as much vision as she can. But then again, you're a level 9 bounty walking into a level 17 Sven. She's already picked up a Sanjin Yasha and is looking extremely strong. BKB as the next item. I think at this point of time, Nemesis, I don't really see any response on them for this build. Like Lina, she just got a... Yeah, that's the thing about Aether Lens. I still don't really think that it's a very good item to pick up first, as a first item. Maybe it's good, I guess, but personally, I really don't think so. That's my argument against the Sand King Arcane Boots as well. Like, I would rather just go for the Boots of Travels. Like, the range, but not enough points in the spells. Xavier will get the Wicked Sick onto the bounty as Bye Boy falls once again. With that said, Valor, it could cover the Roche after this tier 2. I mean, it's just so strong. I don't even think Nemesis would really want to contest this 5-on-5 Roshan fight. Warlock already having going in for that 4 stuff, but... Oh, Wraith King actually goes in for the Radiance. Midas, oh yeah, Alita actually plays the Midas Radiance, but like I said, could be a little bit too greedy. But if there's going to be any last hope for the side of Nemesis, I think Alita is going to be the one that's going to carry the game towards the end. But just as I said that, Xavier will pop the core strength and will charge right into the middle of the battle. Alita, just remember, she does have the reincarnation available. The Soulbind will connect Mikaya. does have the Laguna Blade available, but she's not going to be casting it anytime soon, wasting the duration of the Soul Bind. But the Laguna will be able to finish off the Sven as Wraith King Reincarnation popped, and Nezuko getting kited right in the back lines. Reckon will be able to pop, but Ligaya still playing around the back lines, as Sand King will not be able to find a kill. Nezuko snatches the kill onto this Warlock, and the rest of Valor will be going on to the retreat. Good positioning there by Ligaya. Sand King trying desperately to get that last hit onto the Lina, but unsuccessfully. Honestly, Night Stalker did an extremely good job, jumping straight into the back lines, disabling all the mages with the silence, preventing any more Battle Strikes, stuns, hacks from the Lion. Yeah, I think MVP for that fight really has to go to the Night Stalker. Like, sure, the rest of Nemesis were actually able to play around the back lines back in base, but then again, yeah, I think that one was really on Night Stalker. But Valor, I think the initiation was a little bit off. Like the Blink Dagger for the Sven, I think she estimated the distance a little bit off, I guess. Yeah, without the BKB, Xavier, you gotta be slightly careful about it. Like, you guys may be strong, but same thing, don't get complacent. Every team is still trying their best out here. Taking on some win probability is still, wow, okay, actually I didn't expect the percentage to be this high. 100% increase, 100% favor for Valor actually. Wow. Overall net worth and XP, it is swinging to the side of Dire. But the XP is slowly, just slowly swinging back to Nemesis' favor. It is still nighttime as Alita and Nezuko will try and get this kill onto the Sand King, but there is no detection available at this point of time. Grace Lane will be able to slowly walk away down. Nezuko getting Fatal Bonds up, will try the Dark Ascension and fly all the way up to the trees. Bye boy, she does get scuttled out by the dust, but she's fast. This Bounty Hunter is extremely fast and she'll just fly right into safety. Dust or not, she's still fast.
Top tower is under attack.
That's gonna trigger the rest of Nemesis to fall back into the safety of the base.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But likewise, and the rest of the team will be able to farm up. Ligaya is still chilling in the trees, farming up those creep waves. Knowing that it's a super creeps wave, yeah, she has to maintain this pressure, making sure that the creeps don't rat their base.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Man, what's with these Aether Lens? Is it really that good? Like, okay, I understand. Okay, yeah, I mean, Lion does have the cast range talent, but most of the time, Lions, they usually prioritize more of their gold onto the Blink Dagger instead. But I guess in this case, she's actually prioritizing more onto the cast range. Olia will be able to snag up the kill onto this Bounty Hunter, but at the expense of a Requiem. Oh man, poor old Bounty Hunter. This is 1 to 6, but unfortunately not as bad as the Grimstroke. Poor old position 5s. 0 to 9, but Lina. I think honestly, I have to question this Aether Lens first item, definitely. I think that you can really afford to go in more aggressive, like maybe picking up a second Null Talisman and maybe into use first and Kaya, but no, she wanted to go for the Arcane. It actually backfires against her, as like I said, you really want to utilize this early to mid game phase for Nemesis. You don't exactly want to lose out to the farm that Valor is able to dish out. I think Valor definitely farms much faster than Nemesis, so yeah, likewise. You have to be extremely careful, but Valor, they will go in for the smoke, trying to catch off just maybe a core before pushing up to the high ground. Roche is still up, but they don't exactly want to take it just yet, knowing full well that the whole team of Nemesis is available. The Observer Ward will be able to scout out the Grimstroke, and Xaviera will pop in the God Strength to jump straight into the battle. That's gonna be Roshan. No buyback on Grimstroke. At this point of time, only Bounty on that buyback. It's gonna be an easy, uncontested Roshan. Can't tell if Nemesis is unaware of this, or is it just because they know that they can't fight this at all. Spirit Vessel onto Byboy. Alright, going in for the Vlads next.
I'll take your tribute.
Bounty runes will come up as the rest of Valor will snag up those easy bounty runes.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, actually down at bottom lane. Rifting does happen to scatter those towers with the creeps. With the skeletons actually. Wait, what? Ah, he went for the skeleton's talent instead of the strength. Alright, that's pretty smart, I guess. I guess that's what happens when you actually go for the Radiance build. Oh, Alita getting scouted out. Zephyr does have the blink and the stun. Silence will be out and the Soulbind will connect onto both Shadow Fiend and the Sven. Good targets, but there's not going to be any follow-ups for that, knowing that Sven has the Aegis, no backup's going to come in. But then again, that happened all too fast. There's not going to be any response for that. Night Stalker will try and hold the wave, but they do have Aegis and God Strength available. Valor, they can just siege up uphill. This Indonesian team is just looking so strong. The Power Strike will dive in deep. The Hex to follow on Bounty Hunter. Sandstorm is there. The Finger of Death will give the Lion a free charge. But Nezuko will fly in deep with the BKB. The Golem will try to hold it down in place, but that's not going to happen. Another player will be dead, but Lion bites back without any TPs available. Nezuko will get the snag up a double kill, but 2 instant buybacks from both Brave King and Bounty Hunter will be up. Lina the fall, buyback is available, but 4 heroes will swarm around the Night Stalker. But this Balanar just looking so incredibly strong. Zephyra, Lotus Orb will be paused, but she does not have the Aegis at this point in time. Sven will try and get a kill onto the Night Stalker, but she's just too strong. It's gonna be a death onto the Shadow Fiend. Power Strike connects onto the Lina as Alita will blink in aggressively. Spirit Vessel on the Sven, there's no way he's escaping from this, but the stun is huge from ALZ, but will it be enough to protect her from the rest of the team? Sand King will try to be able to finish off with Lina. There's gonna be a dieback. ALZ tries desperately to kite around this Bounty Hunter, but the stun connects onto 2. Reincarnation is still up as Sand King. She is coming in from the back lines. Reincarnation will be popped. As Byboy will still slowly chase down this Lion. ALZ, will she even blink on time? Yes, she will. As Byboy runs back into the jungle. Oh, Epson check herself. Good usage of the Lotus Orb. But a Ray Fire Blast will be able to finish off the Sand King.
Where do you think you're going?
Forcing out plenty of buybacks from both sides. Lion being extremely careful, not wanting to die back at all. She's just gonna swing tremendously in favor for Nemesis, even though having 3 buybacks and a dieback on Lina. They got an entire wipe on the entire team of Valor. Almost close to 4,000 gold exchange. Take a look at the win probability. It's still strongly favored to his Valor. The graph will dip slightly in favor for Nemesis at this point of time. But then again, the game's not over. Alita is still looking strong. She does have the 9-second BKB. No, it's 10-second. She just had it. AAA actually going in for the 4-star. I thought she would maybe go in for use, possibly. Maybe Aether. Okay, now Grimstroke's the hero that maybe wants to prioritize on the Aether lens instead. Because of how crucial the Soulbind is. Bounty Hunter actually going in for the 250 health talents. Something good to hopefully sustain against the burst damage from Valor. Yeah, I don't really think that the attack speed would benefit her much. Okay, let's see. She does have the Vlads. Vlad's recipe being picked up. It's gonna be lifesteal stacks on top of lifesteal the vampiric aura. 30% lifesteal right next to the Vladimir's. 50%. So I think overall with these two lifesteals on the side of Radiant, we can expect them to be slightly more aggressive. And a leader, okay. Alright, so much for that 10-second BKB. Alita thinking that she's gonna get ganked by the dragons or the prowlers will pop up the BKB. I am pretty sure it's all part of the plan. It's confidence, it's all about confidence. Or either confidence or just, I guess, player instincts. Yeah, praise the players, that's right. Shadow Fiend, Aliyah will be going in for the Hex as the next item. Actually, Hex. Or would you rather go in for the Shivers card? Shivers is also not that bad. But the Scythe gives it plenty of control. Boy, gotta be slightly careful not walking to the range of the Sentry Ward. Graceland. She has a Sentry available. Drop it in place slightly too late. And check it out, the bounty's still there. Bounty Rune for a Bounty Hunter.
Bountiful.
Oh man, I was hoping for a funnier pun line or something. Bounty Rune for Bounty Hunter. Interesting. Lion actually picking up the Ghost Scepter and playing extremely cautious. Don't exactly want to run into a Night Stalker ever again. Like, this Night Stalker is just constantly jumping on ALZ's face. And Nezuko will be able to pick up the Crimson Guard. At this point of time, I still feel that Nemesis, they still just might have a chance. Even in the win rate says so, it's just slowly, just barely calling back in favor for Radiant. Nezuko will be able to pick up the double damage. Shadow Fiend. He just watches in pain as the double damage just gets stolen by the Night Stalker. Not wanting to contest. Spawn of time is going to be a Midas on Sven and a Midas onto the Wraith King. But so far, Zevira does have the cleave, does have the early game advantage, and she will scale faster, slightly faster than the Wraith King. But then again, Wraith King, even though you're the highest, you have the highest net worth for the side of Valor. What can you do when the entire team of Nemesis is just so strong? I mean, the entire team of Valor just looking so strong. I think Nemesis at this point of time, they really have to watch out the team fights. Valor, they're sticking so close together. They're being extremely active with the smoke gangs, something that Nemesis isn't really doing. Like, these smoke gangs has been so successful, even though they just take one kill, despite it being a support or not, they do secure objectives like Roshan, like towers. Nezuko popping up the PKB. There isn't a stun in time to stop the big bat in place. BKB is popped up, and Nezuko is going to be the sole fighter from Nemesis. Is there going to be any backup available? No, there isn't. The U-Scepter will pop it in place. Sand King will miss the power strike, but Nezuko desperately trying to get out of there. The finger of death committed. And Balanar will fly to the ground, slowly and sadly, as ALZ casually drinks mana from a creep.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's going to be a shrine. Yep, preventing any more backstabs.
Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
Oh, Olia will be able to scout him out in peace. But the use of the will come into place. Power Strike will connect onto his Alita, but is that going to be the target you really want to aim for? Sand King does have the Power Strike anytime soon. Zevira going in aggressive with the God Strength. Whoa, but the crit! Who needs stun when you have crit with the Daedalus? Zevira doing work! one by one, hit by hit. So much for being a tank hero. Wraith King just falls to the ground just like that. Wait, what? Was there any armor reduction at all?
Radiant's middle tower.
Wraith King just melted instantly. She didn't even have anything, even though the evasion from Radiance, it's nothing.
Are fortified.
Wait, what? God, this gotta be broken or something. That crit was just insane, even for a Wraith King. Okay, the Soulbind will connect to the 2. Power Strike will hold the Wraith King in place, delaying that Wraith Fire Blast. But here comes the Stormhammer. BKB will be used, but the counter Golem will be there. Requiem of Souls will be able to slow the fight down just by a tad bit, as Gracelyn getting caught out by the Night Stalker. Euse will be there to hold the Night Stalker in place, but then again the Stormhammer will be able to root a leader and the Bounty on in place, as Warlock will buy back instantly. Olia will get the final right click onto the Bat Ride, onto the Bat, or not the Bat Ride. Oh my goodness, keep confusing Batman with Bat Rider. Alright, all those really different. Nevertheless, Lina getting stunned up, and Olia will get the final raise. Double kill, instant buyback from Lina. Will they be able to hold? Golem is used, the Power Strike will connect onto Wraith King, but he does have the Reincarnation available. No Agonist at this point of death, at this point of time, but the Midas will be used before his death. Sven to fall, the Gaia constantly just trying to poke. Just keep poking, but it's not going to do anything. The shield is just too strong. Gracelyn picking up the double damage. Alright, Warlock, position 5 things. Sven coming in to buyback. Soulbind will just latch on to the Soul Shadow Fiend, but I don't think that's going to do anything at all. Finger of Death will be able to finish off Nemesis AAA. The Grimstroke just melts instantly to the Finger of Death. How many charges is that? 6 charges? This is not looking good for Nemesis at all, as Valor just self-invites himself all into the base. ALZ blinks in aggressively to get in that stun. She does have that gem available. Ghost Scepter is up, so she should be just fine. The Gaia will cast out the dust, but Power Strike will be able to hold in place. And Olia will get the BKB into the Requiem, but Legaia gets the BKB just in time. Epicenter and Requiem for nil.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
The Crimson Guard will be used on the tower, but that's not going to do anything, as Valor just knocks at the front doors of Nemesis. And Severa gets the Stormhammer in, and she just walks in casually. God Strength is up. There's nothing they can do. It's just really just fish in a barrel. And Nemesis trying to get themselves out of the base to defend the Ancient, but that's not going to do anything. As a stun comes out, magic damage, all of the burst damage. Even look at Night Stalker, even though you're a tank hero, there's nothing you can do. You're tanky, but there's just no damage output from the rest of Nemesis. As Valor Esports, they're taking down the throne. While the rest of Nemesis is still desperate. They're really desperate, holding the ground, but that's not going to be enough. 42 minutes into the game, 15 to 39. GG is called. Friendly GG from both teams. It's going to be quite a game, surprisingly though. Like Nemesis, I thought that they might have the early advantage, but I guess they just didn't really utilize that to their advantage. Like Bye Boy, you came in with the rotations, but then again, you really want to synergize well with the Night Stalker. Like, come on, during the first night, you really want to get aggressive onto the Shadow Fiend. But I guess that just wasn't the case. Like, look at that. Even in the early stages of the game, Lina really had that huge advantage that she really wanted. 5 minutes into the game, look at that. Lina's just sitting at the top of the network, and look at SF. This was the best time for Night Stalker to actually come in with the ganks instead of contesting for the Sven. I mean, regardless, Sven will be getting farmed, so this is the opportunity where you really want to jump in for the fights. Ganking that Shadow Fiend would have been so critical. But overall, I think Nemesis, they played well, but I think it's just those decision makings that they decided to go for. I think they was just slightly confused overall. Like maybe Valor Esports, I really like how they rotated in with the Smoke of Deceits, getting those pickoffs, and overall, I think the movements from Valor was just so much better than Nemesis. They were so much more efficient getting those pickoffs, and overall just the better team for this game. I think it's just rather unfortunate, but Nemesis, they still have a second chance. It's still a round robin phase. We've just ended game 1 with Belarus emerging victorious, the Indonesian team beating the Philippines. But stick around, we still have game 2 and game 3 going on. I'm your caster, Jitjuan, and I'll see you in a short time. Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We're going to be starting our Game 2 of our FSL, Female Esports League. I'm your caster, Jitjuan, and today I'm going to be bringing to you some of the finest Dota 2 games from some of Southeast Asia's best female Dota players. Now, none of this can be possible without our beautiful, wonderful sponsors. We have Dreamcore, Overdrive, Elgato, Super Solid, Yahoo, and Aftershock. Yeah, that should be all of it. And today, I think this is game 2. We're going to be having Rapsaka from the Philippines versus Scarlet from Malaysia. So, without further ado, we're going to be jumping straight into it. And as you can see, some of the classic picks are already coming up. We have Grimstroke and Doom being the first two picks from Rapsaka. And easy response of Shaker and Jakiro. Now, these are, wow, okay, really big teamfight oriented heroes. We have one Jakiro that's great at pushing. Both Oshika and Jakiro are fairly tanky. Actually, they're quite tanky. They're some of the tankiest supports. I'll classify them as the tankiest supports. I'm not aside from heroes like possibly Treant Protector. Yeah, I think Treant Protector is one of the tankiest, hardest to trade with, if I'm not mistaken, in terms of support. Then again, simple what's with all the Knife Stealers and Juggernaut bans? It's like everybody just hates those two heroes.
10 seconds remaining.
Then again, like, is Doom really... I think, personally, I still feel that Doom is still an easy counter to Juggernaut, but I guess it's for other purposes. I mean, you never know. It's only the second phase of the draft, and then coming up those bans, getting rid of the Outlaw, Dragonite. Has to be Dragonite. I see it coming from a mile away. I don't see why DK is not a good pick here. Even taking away the Lina, confirm DK will come out for one of sides. Rapsaka or Scarlet. Maybe. But then again, Dragonite isn't exactly a very popular hero, as a lot of players, well, yeah, a lot of my friends that I know, they don't really like this hero because they find it too passive, or it's a really slow-paced hero. But then again, now that they've actually introduced that Aghanims, that Black Dragon is really one to be feared of.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, DK fits well for both. If you have something tanky, they can push the lane, and Scarlet goes in for the Invoker pick. Utilizing the bans from the Lifestealer and the Juggernaut, they're actually going in for that Invoker. Kunga, maybe? Kunga goes well with Grimstroke, in fact.
Dire team pick.
Oh, but a Wind Ranger. Wind Ranger is a good... I think it's fast. It's not exactly a direct counter to Invoker. But then again, it's this really strong early game presence with the power shot, and not to mention they can actually rotate so easily with the Wind Run. I think Rapsaka, if Wind Ranger is actually able to utilize these runes, it's gonna be gangs coming in from every direction in the laning phase.
5 seconds remaining.
Aside from that, offlane Doom, it's fair enough. Scarlet, they still can consider going for that offlane Earthshaker. It's a lot of team fight. It's very team fight oriented. But right now they might want to look for something tanky enough to run in all the way to the front lines. I mean, Warlock is still an option. Like, we've seen how the Golem actually counters the Soulbind. Razor, that's interesting. I guess it's a Razor into the Doom. It seems logical. I mean, you don't exactly... But then again, you ban away Lifestealer, ban away Juggernaut. Yeah.
10 seconds.
Lina was banned. Now I see why they want to get rid of Lina. Lina is just so strong against
5
Invoker.
seconds remaining.
The burst damage as well. Able to kite around the Razor so easily. Yeah, Scarlet deciding to go for the Razor pick, but still I feel like they have a lot of team fight. It's really just team fight after team fight. They really need something to be able to start the fight for them. A really good initiator that can be paired with them. So I think Scarlet might look for an offlaner in the next pick. Offlane. I don't see Brewmaster. Okay, maybe not Brew. Okay, I'm looking at Centaur. I think Centaur, but then again, picking Centaur as the last pick, it's not exactly very common. But I think Centaur just might fit their lineup perfectly. You can easily run away from the Doom. Like, if Doom gets his ultimate on anyone, everybody can just run away with the Stampede. Centaur's team is viable, it's tanky, can start the fight. is really aggressive on the towers. Goes well with Jakiro. Wow, but Scarlet going in with the third pick Invoker, that's gotta be a lot of
Dire
confidence.
team back.
Alright, next assassin. It's a good counter against Jakiro. I mean, it's good against Jakiro anyways. Does give off that stuns. Good control, very hard to initiate on this hero. I mean, regardless, overall, it's just really hard to initiate when there's an next assassin present.
10 seconds remaining.
Doom is really tanky enough. Rapsaka, I think they
5
really need
seconds
damage.
remaining.
Rapsaka needs that damage available. Maybe for push. I think just mostly for the push and overall team fight. They can be quite evasive though. What heroes are still in the pool? Like, I still feel that Centaur or maybe even an Axe is okay for Scarlet. But would they really want to pick this as the last pick? I'm still smack. I really think that Centaur's a good pick. I don't know, I'm just really confident in that idea. What other heroes are there? Viper maybe? Nah, not Viper. Viper's out of, get out of here, Viper. Nobody likes you. Timbersaw. That's weird. It's a strange pick. Timber is still in the pool, but I think it's
Radiant
too
team
niche.
back.
Wow, going with the anti-mage ban. Yeah, I think Scarlet. I think one thing they really have to watch out for is the rat, because when you go for really team fight oriented drafts, you really have to watch out for those pesky rats, because you're gonna be moving together as a team of 5. You don't exactly want to have someone in the back lines. Okay, Lone Druid. Hands down, Lone. Okay, I think Lone Druid might fit in well for Rapsaka. If you want to look at this, it's good at tower push. It's tanky, it deals damage. The fear will definitely help with the team fight by a lot, by a huge margin. Speaking of team fight, man, there's still a lot of heroes that can fit into this draft. Mars is also okay. Mars is great against Wind Ranger. In fact, it's a powerful counter to Wind Ranger, and it pairs so well with heroes like Earthshaker, Jakiro. Yeah, there's really still a lot of heroes that can be used in this draft. But Rapsaka, they want to look for something that can play against Razor. If they're looking greedy,
Radiant
I don't
team
see why
back.
Alchemist might not be a bad choice. But then again, you're already gonna go for the win mid. Alchemist safe lane is just not good. Honestly, it's just not good. Ember Spirit. I think Ember Spirit is okay, but then the thing is that just a lot of lockdowns can be really
team pick.
vulnerable, and Necrophos will be the solution for Rapsaka. It's tanky, he gives off the health, and it looks like
Now select
my prediction is
your
completely off for this game, as Scarlet goes in for the Luna pick. Wow, yes! Okay, I'm sorry guys, I have to vote for Scarlet. Yeah, I'm going all in. My bets are all in for Scarlet.Joy because she has the exact same Invoker set as I do. Alright. Luna in response to Necrophos, okay. But no, it's not gonna be a mid. No, it's gonna be an offlane Necro. But then again, no, safe lane. Sorry, what am I saying? Yeah, it's gonna be safe lane Necrophos. So yeah, it's a good thing because yeah, Luna just does great against Necrophos. You can't run away from her. The Ghost Shot is going to be useless with the maxed out Lucent Beams, and not to mention you can't run away from the Eclipse. One thing that to watch out for is still, I think overall, Rapsaka overall is just going to be so hard to kill. But then again, Scarlet's just so team fight oriented. They're going to come in with the push so early into the game. But then it really depends. Will Scarlet actually decide to play this passive, or will go in full on aggression? Like, the thing about Invoker is such that she really needs those items to be successful. So those few early minutes in the early game is going to be extremely crucial for her. So yeah, without further ado, we're going to be having Scarlet all the way from Malaysia versus Rapsaka from the Philippines. So yeah, alright, Invoker actually going in for the Now Talisman. It's interesting, alright, and something you don't really see very often. Like, the spell amplification doesn't really max out. But then again, okay, I'm still gonna put my vote down for the Invoker, just because of the set. That's right, sets wins you games. Alright, so all the way in the dire side for Rapsaka, we're gonna be having Jenny. Oh, sorry, for Scarlet, we're actually gonna be having Jenny playing the Luna, followed by Jakiro, played by Haluna Queen. That will be following the Luna, and moving down to mid lane, we have Joy playing the Invoker. And down at the bottom lane, we also have Razor played by Siabat, and Aira playing the Earthshaker. Moving on to the Radiant side, we have Doom played by New, Baby Adam played by Grimshaw will be played by Baby Adam. Alright, that's gonna be quite. That's actually that's gonna be my favorite name from now on, Baby Adam. Okay, and moving on to the player introductions, we also have Necrophos being played by E, and moving down to bottom lane, we have Nyx Assassin and played by Som, and Yunoya playing the Wind Ranger.
The battle begins.
Top lane, New and Baby Adam will go in for the aggression, and they will be able to snag up the Bounty Rune 3 runes. Should be able to go uncontested to Rapsaka. As we have another Philippines team is playing against Malaysia. Now, one thing I've tend to notice a lot about Southeast Asia games, professional games, is such that most of the players are always just so aggressive compared to. Okay, I don't really want to compare to any, but like compared to a lot of the European Dota players, they usually play quite passive. They want to get that farm, and they will hit that. Once they hit that power spike, they'll go in super aggressive. But that's not the case for Southeast Asia and China. These two regions are by far the most aggressive. Just as I said, I think Jenny probably should be fairly okay. It's just that once Doom gets those points in Infernal Blade, I think once New hits at level 4, Jenny really has to be careful. Oh, but just about to miss a kill at bottom lane as Nyx Assassin just tries to jump into the trees, and Siaba will be able to draw first blood against the Nyx Assassin. Nyx getting in slightly careless at the bottom lane, I guess. She'll just slowly make her way, not wanting to TP just in case there's any rotations going on in the other lanes. Oh, it's actually mid lane Necro against Invoker. In terms of losses, I think everything is still fairly even. It's only just the start of the game, but okay, in terms of farm potential, I think Doom might be going. Okay, it really depends. Will Doom be going for the Midas build though?
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Oh, alright. A snipe from the courier already? Radiant's courier? Was it from mid lane? Oh, you know, you're getting pinged out already. Yeah, but he really want. I think they can go for the kill, possibly, if Aira gets that fissure. But mid lane, Necrophos is actually falling slightly low to Joy as those right clicks come in really heavy. Bottom lane, Aira will be able to trade some hits with Storm. Past my field will be able to slow up the Nyx Assassin. Impale is up, but the two of them will stand in a straight line and eat that Impale for breakfast. Locking the two of them in place. It's a good Impale from Storm. Really like that patience. And Observer will be able to block out the camps. So Nyx Assassin won't be able to pull, but then again, will there even be a need for her to pull at all? I mean, with the Razor's passive is just going to constantly push out the wave.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Top lane, Doom will be chasing out to Haluna Queen. With the one, will it be enough to save her life? Baby Adam does not have the Stroke of Fate to finish the Jakiro off. It's still on cooldown, and Haluna Queen should be fine. Slightly low on health, but you only have Tangles to bulk you up. This is a ridiculous thing about Doom. It's Devour. Just maxing it out just gives you so much health regen. It's ridiculous. Stroke of Fate will be able to connect, but Haluna Queen won't be able to take any of that damage. Courier is still down, and mid lane, I mean, Necrophos is still unable to pick up any of those items. Now Talisman down. You have two now sitting in a stash. Yourself still there. Yeah, she's gotta be played. She has to play it safe. Meanwhile, Joy actually have 1,000 gold sitting in the bank. Maybe going in for the straight up Midas? I'm not so sure. The cold snap comes in already. He does not have to go any points in gold shot at the moment. Yeah, but overall, I think it's gonna be, if we're gonna be seeing a Midas on to Invoker, I think New might consider going for Midas build this game, just to be the stapler of the team, wanting to hold things together just in case anything goes wrong. Like, sure, maybe in terms of mid game, I think both teams still fare quite strong in the mid game. It's just that Scarlet just seems to have a stronger team fight potential overall. Not to mention with Jenny and her aura, it's gonna be quite scary. Team, even in laning stage for mid lane, things still seem slightly even. Invoker does have a slight advantage overall, but it's only by a small number of creeps. 5-minute runes will be coming up. Won't be any contest at all, except for top lane, as Baby Adam will get the bounty rune, but Haluna Queen will be able to slow it down. Will she be able to get the other bounty rune though? The courier will be fortified. Baby Adam won't be able to get anything in exchange. Casual taunts. Keeping things friendly. No BMs at all. Still mid lane. Or bottom lane. Side yeah, but we'll be able to get this latch on, but Som will be able to slow the Razor down with the Impale. Static Link. I think maxing it out is great. But then again, Razor not getting points in Unstable Current. I think this is the spell that you really want for most players. Just because you can farm so effectively with that spell. Gives you additional movement speed. Oh, Impale will connect to the 2, but some will be locked into place with the Fissure. E actually not exactly having the time of her life in mid lane. She does have the Reaper Scythe available, but Scarlet Joy, yeah, I think she's just going for the Midas straight. Not going for any points in stats at all, and I do happen to miss a kill at top as Luna falls to the ground. Yeah, like I said, Doom has that power spike when she has that phase boost, and 2 points in Infernal Blade. Things are going to be extremely scary for her. Bottom lane, Som does get the Impale onto Jakiro, but that's not going to do anything without any follow-up damage. So it's going to be a safe lane win Ranger. Something you don't exactly see every day. Yeah, we've seen it before. The 2 points of the Now Talisman just makes the power shot just so incredibly scary. But yeah, I think predictions overall, I think same thing. I'm just going in for Scarlet. I'm trying to think of it logically speaking, but overall I just really like this Invoker set just because it's mine. It's the same set as mine. That's the only reason why I'm going for the win. That's the only reason why I think they're going to win. Just because of the set. Dude getting jumped on. Early point in Ice Path. Haluna Queen will be able to get those right clicks on to New, but she does have the phase boost available. Sunstrike, will it connect? Yes, it will. Lucent Beam won't be enough to get the final hit, but so Haluna Queen will be able to get the last and final right click. Necrophos does have the Reaper Scythe available, but Haluna Queen will be able to survive through this. Not going to be punished by the death penalty. But forced to rotate up to the top lane. Able to snag up a kill. Proceed onwards to the mid lane to farm up again. 2 for 2. And it's going to be a gold swing advantage for the Dire.
Stop dead.
So mid lane, Scarlet Joy that will be able to pick up the Midas early into the game. Having an endless free flow of last hits in the mid lane. Almost twice the last hits of Necrophos. Top lane, pings are already coming up as Neo does cut out Era. Jakiro getting slowed up, but the Fissure will be able to hold 3 of them in place. Haluna Queen, a little bit of trouble here as Siaba will be able to TP top. Som getting chased down by the Earthshaker, but New too fast for them as she will be able to phase boost right out. Nyx Assassin will be the one to fall as Era will be there just in time to lock her in place. At this point in time, I think both teams just have to slowly create space. As the laning stage starts to break out a little bit, I think this is the point where some of the costs really need to start to seek refuge in the
Dire's
jungle.
bottom tower is under attack.
But then again, I think mid is in favor for Joy. Top lane is doing fairly well. I mean, Luna... Okay, Luna maybe not too well. Then again, you're playing into Doom. It's not exactly the easiest lane possible. The Doom will be casted out onto Luna as the Inkswell will be able to chase her down. Will there be any backup? I highly doubt it. As Jakiro, will she be able to get the Ice Path off? Luna Queen getting the deny? No, she will not. As New will be able to get Doom kill onto the Luna. Unfortunate. Jakiro then only has 69 base damage. Oh, mid lane. Invoker does have to get a solo kill onto the Necrophos, not having enough mana to regenerate any of that HP.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Joy unleashing the full power of the Meteor combo. It's gonna be a free solo kill onto the Necrophos. It's gonna be huge for the Invoker. To mention that she already has the Midas.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
For my coffers.
Som will be able to snag up the boundary runes both at bottom lane. The pings are coming out.
And gold are linked.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Joy will be able to pick up the double damage rune, and I think this is a part where maybe she might want to pressure the mid lane, but without the backup or the safety of the supports, she has to be a bit careful. But look at that, she's level 10. Necrophos, you're only level 7. Level 8. Okay, she does at that point a Ghost Shower, but I doubt that's going to do anything against the Meteor combo. I mean, Meteor and the Ice Wall is just going to be so painful against Necrophos. Down the bottom lane, I think both Xiaobat and the Wind Ranger does have a slight advantage. Shackle Shot does not connect at all, but Wind Ranger will be able to machine gun the Razor down. Sunstrike will not hit, as you know you're taking a little bit too much damage, but Xiaobat falling lower and lower. The Power Shot will be able to connect, but then again, it's going to be a double kill killing spree for the Razor. Razor does get the first kill, so she does have the advantage, but then again, Yunoya does get this killing spree. A gold for experience. But talking about it, early on in the game, I think anyone would value experience more than gold. What a clutch. The power shot into the Razor was huge, securing herself an easy kill spree. Focus fire. Actually, even getting it at level 6 is just so strong. It must be the Javelin, or did she get the Javelin after?
No gold for you.
Top lane. I think Doom does have an ultimate available. She's not actually going for the Midas build. Instead going in a little bit more aggressive. 4 heroes from the side of the arena actually rotating in. Jakiro getting caught into the trees as the rest of the arena will fall in. As the soundtrack will be to finish off the Necrophos. The Soulbind is there as New will be to follow up with the Inkswell. Will it connect to the two? Yes it will. Earthshaker will run frantically away as he gets doomed and gets getting chased down by the rest. Will they go for the Earthshaker though? Are they going for the dive? Echo Slam was committed, but it didn't really do much at all. It's Era seeks refuge in the trees as Neo tries to find out no scan is available. Neo, I think she's just gonna walk right out. Will she? Oh, Era?
Radiant's
Era?
middle tower is
Oh,
under attack.
Neo? Turn around. Goes for the Earthshaker. The Sloth is still hiding in the trees, and Chantotum will be able to hold in place as Era jukes within the trees. Earthshaker running circles and circles, but Luna, she will TP in. Som tries desperately to TP away, but no, there's no escape for you. Jenny comes in with the Lucent Beam, and Era hiding in the trees for centuries. Securing an easy kill on the Nyx. Good exchange, good trade.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under
Jenny
attack.
has to be careful here. She doesn't want to get jumped on yet once again by the Grimshaw combo. Shakira actually falling down by the power shot from Yunoya.
Dire's top tower has been denied.
Slowly getting up there. Maelstrom. But then again, I think one hero to watch out for Rapsaka at this point of time is still Invoker. She's sitting in mid lane 2-0. Has a Midas up. queuing up for the Aghanims already, but the pings are coming up for Luna. They know she's there. Wait, how did they know she was there? The cleaves? Nah, I don't think the cleaves bounced. No, nah, I'm pretty sure it didn't. But the pings. Jakiro calls for the back. Actually, they might go in a bait for new, but the thing is that this Doom is just so damn tanky.
Dire's middle tower is under
Doom is
attack.
out for 15 seconds. Wow, but New are actually going in full greed. Forget the Midas, she's just going in full for Radiance. Expensive item to get, but it's definitely something that would benefit the team overall. Som does have the double damage up. But will she be able to find a kill? That's the thing. You with the Reaper Scythe. Oh, there we go. Here comes the gank for the Invoker. The pings are coming up for Joy. The Doom is there. So is there for the Reaper Scythe. The Impale will be able to connect onto Haluna Queen. She should be dead, yeah. There's no way she's escaping. You have wings, Dragon, but you can't fly over trees.
Dire's middle
2 down for
is under
Scarlet.
attack.
Really quick and efficient rotation from the rest of Rapsaka. I think the Doom just managed to catch on to the Invoker right at the tip of the
Dire's
Sentry
middle
Ward.
tower is under attack. Dire's
And
structures
Rapsaka
are
should be able to secure themselves an easy tier 1. Razor, meanwhile, at bottom lane. Era will be able to get the Fisher off, but it's not going to block this win range off anytime soon.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Razor actually going in points for the Hood of Defiance instead. She's deciding to go for full tank. Maybe considering the Blade Mail next? Yep, she is. I think this is the point where Wind Ranger really have to watch out for the focus fire. You don't exactly want to focus fire a hero with Blade Mail on. It's just gonna kill. You're just gonna kill yourself there. Not to mention the pierce from Javelin. Yeah. 16 minutes into the game, it's still 10 to 8. 1k net worth lead for Rapsaka.
Are scanning.
And I guess you can see that they're starting to hit on the towers, trying to get that tower advantage, but Yunoya will be get the shackle shot on. The power shot will be to connect, but the Hood of Defiance does this work and will mitigate most of the power shot's damage. Next assassin going to queue up for the Spirit Vessel. Overall, just a huge, such a powerful item overall. I mean, you see every single game, you just see heroes building it time and time again. Even though there's minor nerfs, especially when it comes to the current HP damage, I think it's still a strong item. Yeah, I think I would definitely expect some nerfs to it soon, and maybe some buffs to Aeon this, cause at this point of time, I don't really see any point in getting Aeon. Like, it's expensive, it gives decent stats, I mean, decent amount of health, but against burst damage, nowadays there's so many heroes, it's just so much burst damage, I don't even think Aeon is good at all. It's not even worth considering, to be honest. Unless it really comes down to a certain situation where you just, for example, a core like Brewmaster, you really want to get that split off. Yeah, I think that's the only occasion where you really want to consider Aeon. Even for supports, I don't even think it's enough. You can't really escape from cores. It's just the Aeon. But there we go again. Siaba will be able to connect the static link onto the Wind Ranger. Good control on Yunoya with the ice. Oh, Fisher will be able to lock the Wind Ranger down in place, but Siaba will go on the aggression onto the Grimstroke. The Reaper Scythe will be able to connect, but it won't be able to finish off, so no death penalty for Razor. 2 heroes down for Rapsaka, as Scarlet will take victory for this fight. But it's not over just yet. The Echo Slam will be able to connect to 2, double kill for Joy, and here comes the follow-up Cold Slam onto E as she tries to desperately run out there. There is no Ghost Shroud available. The Q is there, but it's not going to be enough. The Tornado is up, and Necrophos should be able to die. 4 heroes down from Rapsaka as Scarlet takes this fight flawlessly. With a beautiful initiation from the Tornado, EMP, and the Ice Path. Controlling the Wind Ranger, making sure that she doesn't escape from any of that.
What need have I for this?
At this point of time, I guess Towers is still an objective that I definitely have to look towards. They've almost lost all of their tier 1s, and yet again they're not exactly playing that aggressive. Doom finishing off that 90-minute Radiance. Oh, then again, Res of Scarlet, they are hiding in the trees. Invoker is up. She does have the Arcane Rune. Wanting to initiate or not, this is part where she has to be slightly careful with Xiaobat. She is sitting right in the middle of the trees. Invoker will be able to TP out, and Xiaobat, I think, is a little bit of a miscommunication. The Fissure is there, but she's gonna trap her into the tree. Oh, yep, she's not letting through that. The Ice Path will latch onto the tree as Grimstroke tries to go into the Stroke of Fate, but no, look at this aggression. This Doom is just so damn tanky. What is this HP regen? It's 26.3, that's crazy.
Dire's bottom
Okay.
tower is under attack.
Okay.
Radiant's middle
Yeah, I
tower
knew. Look at Doom just doing Doom things, just hiding behind the tree, taking about the creep waves. But with that, Invoker will be able to take on the mid tier 1.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under
Down
attack.
and bottom lane. I think they don't really want to fight without a Razor. Not just yet. Luna, of course, still wanting to secure some more of that farm, but 20 minutes in, she only has a Morbid Mask. Close to a Dragon Lance, but overall, I don't think she's doing that well in terms of farm. Rise of Rapsaka is waiting the tree lines, but initiation catches on, Soulbinder to Razor and onto Invoker. Great catch! The Doom to follow onto 2 heroes. Invoker trying desperately to run up to the high ground, but no, to no avail. Invoker will die for 50 seconds. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing about the team fight. They have to be extremely careful with the Stroke of Fate. I think this is the part where you really gotta watch out for that positioning. This Doom being so confident, new. With that Radiance just going in all the way into the base. Soaking in up all of that damage. Meanwhile, Luna's still farming in the jungle. She's doing alright. If you take a look at the KDA, it seems like everything is still strongly in favor for Rapsaka. But likewise, nevertheless, we still have the MVP, the Invoker set, which I've placed all of my odds on. This set will win games for sure. I have utter confidence in Joy. 4-2 already. She's really going out for the Lincoln Sphere. It's a good item. It's good against the Doom, but then again, it can be cancelled out very easily. Wind Ranger does get scouted out, but they don't have any initiations at this point in time. Tornado will be able to connect to Wind Ranger. The Plasma Field will try to slow it down. The Cold Snap is there to lock her in place. The Impale catching only the Forged Spirits and Xiaobat. She needs to back out before getting counter-initiated on.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It was a decent control onto Wind Ranger, but this is the part where maybe considering for the Rod of Ados on Xiaobat might have been a better option. Ados, Blade Mail. Yeah, I think he just feels that. Now that's the thing about Razor when you just don't really want to max out this static current. You're maxing out Plasma Field and Static Link, but not the Unstable Current. Now I think that's one of the issues that Xiaobat is facing at this point, which is more or less farm. But then again, I guess I get her logic. She doesn't exactly want to contest farming with the rest of the class. But yet again, you as Razor in this lineup, you're really counting on a lot of utility items. Like I get the Blade Mail, I get the Pipe, but I think Ados, you really need that control. The initiation on, because see heroes like Nyx Assassin, Wind Ranger, these are heroes that can just simply just run away. You can't exactly catch them so easily, so maybe even a dagger soon. I guess you'll be seeing on Earthshaker. Yeah, Earthshaker just got his dagger. Ferrying the smoke over. But likewise, Rapsaka is smoked up, scouting out Joy. He will be able to Ghost Walk right out. As Som, she does have the Vendetta. Maybe starting off the 5, the Vendetta might be a better option next time. Wasting a little bit of a smoke's opportunity. Doom still extremely strong. picking up the Crimson Guard. Actually deciding to go in for the Blink Dagger instead of the BKB.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think BKB might be better a bit, because even if you jump in the dagger, it's going to be a bit risky. So the tornado will not connect as yeah, but oh man, the latches are not happening at all. The Soulbind is there. Razor's gonna fall anytime soon. The Doom is down to Luna. Luna trying her best to get up, but the Echo Slam is huge. It locks all of Radiant down in place as Joy tries to desperately run away, but Earthshaker holds the ground, but the Shackle Shot catches both Earthshaker and Invoker at the same time. Triple kill for Necrophos. Fall down for Scarlet.
Is under attack.
And that's the thing about initiating with Tornado. Like, it's a good spell, it's a good cast range, but then again, it's the spell that's meant to disengage.
Dire's structures are
Not
fortified.
fully utilizing the Ice Wall though. Yep, here comes the Ice Wall, but I think Ice Wall is just overall, I think it's great against heroes like Doom and Necrophos because they're just slow in general. Yeah, Ice Wall and EMP. But everyone from Scarlet just melted instantly to the Grimshaw combo. Yeah, I think overall, I think the reason why Scarlet's actually losing all of these fights is more or less their positioning, where Grimshaw is just able to latch on with that Soulbind. And this is the thing about the Aether Lens. Earlier on in the previous game where Grimshaw went for the Tranquil Boots instead, the Tranquils and 4-staff. Yeah, I think with the Aether Lens it would really be much more useful in the team fights, such that you're actually able to land on so many more spells. Like Nyx Assassin, you're able to use your Mana Burn, you're able to use your Impale. And Doom has Duel, everybody has a point target spell. But I think Eunoia, she just has to watch out a bit more for the Shackle Shot. The nice one was nice. The one onto Earthshaker and Invoker. But overall, when it comes to initiation, yeah, she has to watch out a little bit for that. Baby Adam will be able to pick up the Glimmer Cape. Glimmer on Grim. It's definitely going to save up a lot. Offer just enough magic resistance against heroes like Invoker, Luna, Jakiro, but will it be enough? It's only like 20% if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it's 45% or 50% passive. Yeah, 15% passive, 45 for when casted on. Then again, now Scarlet's starting to group up a little bit, understanding that they do have their items available. But Luna, Jenny, she's not doing very well in farm. It's only a 7,000 gold. Not doing particularly well in terms of farm.
Radiant's bottom tower
I think the thing I
is
didn't
under
really
attack.
understand was that
Dire's top tower
Storm?
is under attack.
He's Vendetta up, but there is no vision. Nyx Assassin does get pinged out. And
Dire's
Scarlet
top tower
is
has
just
fallen.
hiding up in the high ground,
Radiant's bottom
not
tower
wanting to take
is
on
under
any
attack.
more of these risky fights. So far, win probability 75% is still going in favor of Rapsaka as they slowly take tower by tower. Scarlet, unfortunately, not having the chance to take out anything at all. Only mid tier 1. With the travels, I think George is going to do a thing. Meanwhile, Rapsaka will take this opportunity to go for the Roshan. I think they know the pings are coming out. Grimshook does ping out the rest of Scarlet. And here comes the ping. The Sunstrike is there to provide the vision. Double damage is sitting right outside the Roach Pit as Necrophos will be able to pick it up. Jenny will try and hold the Necrophos in place, but the Soulbind comes in a little bit too early. But why did you just run in, Luna? Eating the double doom, but the Macropyre out. Razor the fall. The Echo Slam is huge, but it's not gonna do anything without any creeps around. Invoker will try desperately to save his teammates with the Tornado, but Joy, there's only a certain limit to what you can do. Joy will just Ghost Walk and just run right out, but New with the Radiance, will it be able to kill off Joy? No, it will not. Okay, let's do a quick fight recap. So what just happened was that Luna started the fight, but then she gets latched on and runs back all the way. Okay, no, Luna was the one that ran in first. Ran into the latch, which was I think a huge display. It was a little bit confusing, but yeah, I guess sometimes things just panic. In that split moment, anything can happen in the middle of a fight. Then again, it was quite the risky fight with Necrophos actually picking up the double damage.
Immortality!
Necro actually going for a similar item build with the Razor. Phase, Pipe of Insight, Blade Mail. Phase, Pipe of Insight, Blade Mail. Yeah, you can see the similarities between the two of them. Yeah, I think at this point of time, yeah, but she really needs to bulk up a little bit more in tankiness. Yeah, it's not that much. 57 physical resistance, 50% magical. Still, overall, still not that much. So yeah, I think for Scarlet at this point of time, you just need to look for a little bit more control. Get the initiation done nicely. Oh, top lane. The pings will be pinged out. Scarlet Joy will slowly run away. And New getting scouted out by Haluna Queen. The Ice Path will be able to hold it down in place, but Fire Breath holding it down. New. The Eclipse will be able to lock it down in place, but the Crimson Guard is available. The Plasma Field will not connect at all. And yep, things are just gonna slowly go back to normal as Psalm. Let's go Psalm. The break is there, the Impale to follow, and New, the Ice Path will come in out defensively. The Blade Mill being popped up, but it's not gonna do anything at all. Rage is gonna die. It's gonna be an easy kill for the next assassin. 3 to 7 for the Razor, not exactly the time of a life. I think at this point of time, even for Jakiro, only 3 points, and I mean, sitting only at level 12, I don't even think she can do much. Like maybe at most dish out the Macropyre to cancel off the creep wave. Tornado, cast it out, onto 2. But the Pipe of Insight is there with the Crimson Guard. Now everybody's just so damn tanky. New being forced to pop up the BKB. Qualifiers is there to waste the time. This is going to be just enough time for Razor to actually come back up. Echo is up, available. Era, she has to be careful playing in the smokes. Hiding right in the back of the backlines. Surely Rapsaka knows about this. Knowing that Earthshake is up, start to spread out a little bit in a safer formation. As Rapsaka slowly navigates themselves all the way to the top lane. Unoya, the Echo Slam, it catches on to 2. But then the Tornado will be able to cancel all of the BKBs out from Unoya. But the latch connects to 2. The Eclipse is there. Will it be able to finish off Doom? Yes, it will. As Unoya still standing in the back line. The Sunstrike is there, but it will pop off the Aegis. No BKB on Wind Ranger, as the rest of Scarlet will queue themselves to slaughter this Wind Ranger. Era standing all the way in the front line. Doom is still onto the Razor. Siaba can't do anything. Unoya, she will be able to finish off the Earthshaker. Long distance snipe with the power shot. Killing spree. Tornado catches onto Grimstroke, the EMP to follow, but there's not going to be any lockdown at all for baby Adam. She'll just glimmer herself to safety, but no, Joy's not going to take that at all. As she walks in there aggressively. The sentry is there. Razor TPs in from the shrine. Siabat coming, doing a beautiful wraparound. Nyx Assassin getting caught up by that Ice Path. A Deafening Blast trying to chaos, but to no avail as Jenny takes on another kill. Good wraparound from Razor though. Coming all the way from the backline, applying all that slow, the plasma field. %40 slow is going to be huge. Yeah, that's the thing. If you can utilize both plasma field and the ice wall, it's going to offer so much crowd control. So yeah, Joy just have to better utilize. I think she's doing a great job, to be honest. The tornadoes are connecting perfectly in the spell usage. Even the sunstrikes are quite on point. So yeah, I'm not flaming that much. Yeah. But now Scarlet actually starting to hold their ground with the team fights. positioning himself better, initiating with the Echo Slam this time. But just a little bit unfortunate that the Tornado does have to come up at the same time that Wind got initiated on.
Regeneration.
New already going in for the Shiver Scott. The 9-second BKB as the rest of Rapsaka will be able to smoke up, hoping to try to find a kill. Let's take a look at the win rate. Dude, the win probability, is this even reliable? It snipes all the way back close to 100% for Rapsaka. But then it's now just slowly going in favor from to Scarlet after that huge team fight. Likewise, same thing goes in terms of gold net worth. Joy with the Lincolns, but I don't really see any further item progressions from here on out. Possibly, just maybe, go in for the Blink Dagger. Maybe, I think Blink Dagger is okay. Where you really want to position yourself to get as much as you can with the Tornado EMP. And repositioning yourself for that Ice Wall. Yeah, I think if you're not going for the Dagger, I think 4 stuff is the way to go.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Top lane, Rapsaka slowly making their way up to the top lane. Destroy will be to run off Doom's mana. Wow, that's a huge chunk of mana. Yeah, that's the thing about Strength Heroes against Invoker. At this point in time, you don't even have the mana because of Doom. And no one has Arcane. Oh, yeah, next to it has his Arcane Boot Yunoya. Going all the way up to the high ground. Force the pop with the BKB, the latch is there onto the Xiaobai. But this time, Scarlet, they notice no one wants to get latched on. Invoker right at the corner of the lines. Will be able to death, but the Echo Slam will be there. There isn't any damage, but the lockdown will be provided as new. Popping up the BKB, going all the way up to the Jakiro. The Infernal Blade is there, but the Eclipse to follow. Cataclysm will connect onto Baby Adam as she gets stuck in the middle of everyone. Double kill for the Doom as she tries to finish off the Luna, but Luna with the Spirit Vessel should not be able to fall. So it's going to be a buyback from Joy. No, you gotta be really careful here. She doesn't really want to die. Neither does Joy with the Blade Mail. Yep. That's the thing. That's the thing. You don't exactly want to focus fire a hero with Blade Mail. You're just gonna force yourself to your own demise.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Vanguard onto Razor. Yeah, I think Razor is gonna look tankier. She's gonna get tanky and tankier. 63 physical resistance. Wind, I hope you learned a lesson from this time around. I mean, if Rapsaka continues to play at this rate, Scarlet's just gonna take advantage of this and just push.
Dire's top shrine has fallen.
This is gonna be another win, another fight for Scarlet. Slowly starting to make that comeback. The Tornado coming in huge, connects to 2, but Joy just only gonna be casting out, or just only gonna cast out the EMP. Throwing the entire team of Rapsaka off balance.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, mid lane with the Luna Aura, Luna's Blessing, buffing up those strength points. Tower's just gonna melt under them. Yeah, this is the point. This is the tilting point for Scarlet. Where the hero is starting to get those power spikes, getting those items, getting those levels. Rapsaka, they can't continue to play this slow game. Although Doom is fat, Invoker does have a Midas. She will be able to catch up anytime soon. Yeah, I think with the Force Staff, we should be able to change up the fights a little bit. But why not go for the Blink Dagger though? I think the Dagger's still okay. It's maybe just because it doesn't really provide the stats. I just feel like Dagger is so much faster, gives us so much more potential in the fights. Joy does have the Alacrity up, the Shackle Shot will be able to connect onto Rock Nothing. In fact, Luna Queen getting caught up, and Soulbind will connect onto 2. The Echo Slam in response, but double kill for the Razors. The Cataclysm will connect onto the Doom, but the BKB being popped out is slightly too late. New trying to find shelter in the shrine. The region is there, but it's not going to be enough as Yunoya BKB's up, trying to find another kill. As Yunoya chasing onto Joy, there is no vision provided. The dust is there. The Shackle will burst the Lincolns, but Joy, she will be able to get a kill onto the Jakiro. with a focus fire, will be able to finish off the Invoker, but the rest of the team, Jenny is extremely low. Baby Adam trying to come in with the Inkswell. The power shot finishes off as Siaba gets completely kited around. The shackle shot is there, but there isn't the damage. Eunoia, she does have a power shot up, but with 140 damage being stolen from her, the Blade Mill finishes off the Grimstroke. Era blinks in with the stun, the lockdown. Eunoia,
This will only
what are you doing?
forever.
But the plays from Earthshaker just comes in just in the nick of time, saving Razor's life. I think it's just a little bit of a hiccup. Overall, Scarlet, this is the third fight that they're taking. The win probability is starting to fall within the 50% mark. But what I'm interested in is actually the gold swing. From 20,000 net worth lead, it just lost more than 10,000 gold in terms of team net worth. And Scarlet slowly starting taking the advantage.
Top tower is under attack.
Okay, I think this is the point where Invoker really has to consider going for the BKB. It's getting a little bit late and you're just getting controlled time and time again by the silence, by the slow. It's just not good for Invoker to deal against. So yeah, Lincoln's is good. It's good against Doom. The 4-star makes you slightly more nimble, but then again, you really want to consider that playing that BKB. Hexes up are ready for the Doom. Razor slowly feasting himself with more tanky items.
Radiant are scared.
Actually, did anyone from the actually consider going for that Shiver's Guard? I think Shiver's will actually be quite good on Razor. Gives you bonus armor, it gives you good slow. But this is the thing also. One issue that a lot of players have to watch out for is like, in order to like better itemize themselves, is when you want to decide to stack magic immunity with magic resistance. Because they're kind of doing the same thing. But yeah, I get it. It basically offers you much more spell resistance overall with the magic resistance and the spell immunity. But I still feel like you're just doing the same thing. But then again, I guess it's Siaba's decision to just bulk up a little bit more. Tank the front lines for the team. But Joy will be get the tornado onto the Windrunner. Soulbind catches onto 2. Luna and Razor. The new will cast out the Doom onto 2, but Razor will be get the BKB off in time. The Meteor Hammer will be connect right in combination with the Deafening Blast. The Echo Slave of Era will be huge, but Jakiro is gonna fall. The Cataclysm is there, is gonna completely miss as the entire team from Rapsaka will be able to sidestep through that. Eunoia gets the double kill, and Volga is just gonna be the last one standing. I think you can start to see the pattern from now on. It's always the Soulbind. If they're able to get the Doom combo,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
everybody just melts. The entire team fight just breaks off into formation. I think the thing that Scarlet really have to do is just rinse and repeat what they've been doing. If anyone gets Soulbind, just kite around them. Don't get latched on. And safer be. Try not to stand right next to one another so you won't exactly be an obvious target for the Soulbind.
Dire's structures
Man, this
are
position 1
fortified.
win range is just so scary. Loving that effect on the
Dire's
projectiles.
middle tower is under attack.
Joy getting jumped on with the Spirit Vessel. The tornado is there and it will completely miss just because of the
Dire's
Scepter.
middle tower has
Shackle
fallen.
Shot will not connect onto the
Dire's
Invoker
top
as
barracks are under attack.
the rest of Rapsaka will take a free easy Rex. Echo Slam is still down on cooldown. And Rapsaka slowly punching in. 1 Rex at a time.
I'll return the favor.
Slowly trying to heal up as the rest of Scarlet will start to respawn. And this is a call for Rapsaka to slowly back off and maybe return back when they have the Aegis. Or maybe a pick off. Yeah, BKB is the name of the game for Joy at this point in time. Looks like everybody's going in for the Lincolns just because of that Soulbind combo. I think simply said, like, I get the Lincolns, but overall what you really need to watch out for is still just the Soulbind. You guys need, I think for Scarlet, The issue is just the positioning. And for Rapsaka, they're going to take a Roshan, but will Luna actually get there in time? They know about it, they're pinging it out. Invoker does not have any Sunstrike at this point of time, and it's from Cataclysm. But Warby's got it out. The Soulbind is there. Alright, learn your lesson. Don't stick together. The Ice Wall will be over there, but the Soulbind will be connected onto 2. But Doom is lifted up into the sky. The Doom is there, but the Linkers will be popped up from the Invoker. Echo Slam is not available at this point of time as she just used it. The Cataclysm will be huge. Triple kill for Jakiro. Earthshaker will be used up into the skies. Necrophos and Wind Ranger will be able to buy back in time. Neo falling extremely low, but a Glimmer Cape should be able to save him from... No, but no, she will not. She will die. The Necrophos will be able to get the latch on the Tornado, connecting on the tree. Joy throwing out the Ice Wall and hopefully backing off to safety. Double buybacks from the side of the Dire and triple on the Radiant. You know, you're chasing down this Invoker. He is dusted up. There's no way she's escaping from this. Deafening Blast. All of her spells are being used. Death Blast on cooldown. Ice Wall used. Unfortunate. As Rapsaka will be to get the Roshan.
Immortality!
Overall, the gold exchange does swing in favor for Scarlet. But it does force out a lot of buybacks. So far at this point of time, only Luna is the only one which has any buybacks.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Haste.
You know, you're queuing up that MKB already.
Dire's bottom shrine has
That's
fallen.
gonna hurt a lot. Position 1 Wind Ranger. I think we're gonna start to see a meta trend here. I can't tell, did the meta fall before we started spamming Wind? Or is it just because we started the meta just by spamming Wind? Like every game of the Epicenter, we just keeps picking the same hero. Wind Ranger, Wind Ranger, Wind Ranger, every single game. I think Wind overall is just an incredibly strong hero. We talked about how strong strength heroes are, but then now we're actually seeing Wind Ranger. I think it's more or less because of the change, the buffs to the talent trees. Actually, what did they change about Wind? Until now, I'm still not too sure. Yeah, we still can't really see. Yeah, they changed the focus fire. Cooldown reduced 30 seconds. Okay, alright, okay, that is quite crazy. Yeah, so it's just a focus fire change. I think there was a rework to the talent though. But then again, even though they reworked to the talent, it shouldn't be that this critical. Siaba popping out the playmail in defense. Actually, Dire, they don't exactly see anyone from Rapsaka at this point in time. They have to be extremely cautious, throwing into sentry wards, getting those friendly D wards. Really like this observer here. Able to give them the necessary vision. The BKB coming in from Yunoya. As Siaba forced to use the BKB. The link is there, but New will be able to try the Doom. No, she will not. The Tornado will be lifted up in the air. The Doom is there onto both Jakiro and Razor, but the Echo Slam connects on the tree right in the middle of the back of fire. The Cataclysm right into the fissure, and it's gonna lock them all right into place. New getting cold stepped up, and Yunoya trying going for more kills. Getting caught in the wrong side of the Ice Wall as Era tries to back off desperately. The Death Blast is there, but it's not gonna be enough. Wind Ranger does have the Aegis available. No buyback for the side of Scarlet. As New coming in, the Impale will be able to latch onto the Invoker. There is no buyback. Triple kill for the Doom. Luna, the last one standing, the only one with buyback. As Scarlet left with just the Luna, will they be able to defend? I highly doubt it. As Jenny tries to run back into the safety of the fountain, but to no avail. And here comes the Reaper Scythe. It will finish her off. GG is called 43-28, 48 minutes into the game.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's bottom
Fight after fight. What seemed to be impossible for Scarlet initially, they actually had a glimmer of hope at the start. Like they kept on winning team fight after team fight, but then it got to that one point where I think it was that Roshan pit, where they actually started to throw the fight a little bit. But I think more or less the pattern is still there. Like the early games for both teams was actually quite well. I thought the early game all the way into the 30-minute marks, both teams were actually playing extremely well. But it's gotten to this point where the Doom is just so strong because of the Soulbind combo, which just completely threw Scarlet off balance. So overall, I think this game was quite unpredictable. Like, I think Joy, the set didn't exactly do that well. It's gonna be 43-28. Rapsaka will be able to emerge victorious for this game. One victory for the Philippines, one down for the Malaysians, and this is gonna be the end of our game 2. We're gonna be taking a quick short break, and next game we're gonna have our third and final game coming up shortly. So don't go anywhere. I'm Jejuan, and we'll be taking a quick break. So be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are coming down to our game 3, our last and final game for today. There is going to be conclude the end of our round robin group stages, and tomorrow we are actually going to be having our playoffs. We're actually going to be having some of the invited teams. We're going to have 4 invited teams, and then at the same 3 invited teams. We're going to be having 3 invited teams, and the top groups, the top teams of each individual groups. We have group A, B, C, and D. Will be moving on to play in this tournament. We'll be playing in the playoffs, and for second place they'll be competing for the wildcards. So don't be afraid if your favorite team is out of the tournament. They can still stand a chance in second place. Whereas for now, for game 3, we actually have Valkyries versus Valor Esports. Now what's so interesting about this match is that both of these teams is actually 2-0 at the moment. Valkyries is actually from the Philippines, and we also have Valor playing once again representing Indonesia. So as you can see, Valkyries actually take a bit of penalty to their reserve time, as one of their members unfortunately was slightly late for the match, and therefore they actually had to take a little bit of a reserve time penalty. So moving into the draft, we're actually starting to see a Sven first ban. Okay, I really like the bans on Valkyries. They're actually starting to see some of the common trends coming up, such as Sven, Sand King, and even the Warlock. I really like the Warlock ban instantly picking into the Grimstroke. We've seen it countless of times how the Warlock's actually able to stop the Soulbind combo. So yeah, great response. And for Valor, they actually decided to go in for the Oracle, a safe and aggressive support. And by far one of the most scariest support in my opinion. You're able to save lives constantly. You're able to dish out immense amount of magic damage. You're fairly strong in the lane, and you're able to completely turn fights around with your ultimate throughout the mid and late game phase. Now Gracelyn is going to be the captain of Valor, and she has officially decided to draft in the teeny tiny holding the giant tree. I was gonna say a rock holding a tree. Honestly, I can't really. I don't know. It always feels like Tiny is always made out of clay. I don't know. Everybody says Tiny is made out of rock, but I always felt that he was made out of clay. But never mind. It's just me. It's just my opinions. Just ignore it. Yeah. So for Tiny, are we finally going to be seeing that Aghanim build that we've been seeing all over YouTube? It's been a common trend amongst so many pub players. Will we finally be seeing this Aghanim build in our final game of Valor versus Valkyries? And yes, Bad Rider, okay, I really like this Bad Rider pick. It goes so well with Grimstroke. With the Inkswell, buffs up the movement speed, stacks on top of Firefly. You can just run everywhere, causing mayhem. But of course, what's most overpowered is most likely the double lasso, connecting together with the Soulbind. I'm concerned for Valkyries at this point of time because they still haven't really banned out Lifestealer or Juggernaut. I mean, it's great. I mean, the thing about lasso is that it still pierces spell immunity, but then when it comes down to the laning stage, Bad Rider won't exactly be as aggressive as it would be against that Jug and Lifestealer pick. But then again, Bad Rider can be played as a position 4. It can be played in the mid lane, but you're picking Bat into the Oracle. That's a concern for sure. Oracle is able to purge off all of those napalm stacks, and every time you get those lassos initiations, yeah, Oracle is able to purge it out right off. I wonder how Valkyries will actually decide to play around this. Banning away the Weaver and the okay, banning away Weaver. What would Weaver usually lead up to?
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, with the mana burn, you scale fast with agility.
5 seconds remaining.
What wouldn't you want to play a Weaver into an Alchemist, maybe? I still see a chance for an Alchemist. Alchemist is still fairly strong, but not in the safe lane. Maybe Alchemist in the mid lane is still a thing. It scales fast. So far, it seems quite well, just by judging by the bans. I don't see why Alchemist might not be a bad pick here. Aside from those obvious mid lane counters, like maybe even a... I think it's still too early to say. It's only still the first phase of the draft.
10 seconds remaining.
But overall, I think Valor in the first game, we've actually casted the game for
remaining.
game 1, and they've actually played it flawlessly. So I would really like to see how they actually execute this and hopefully maintain their standards all the way to the final game.
Dire team pick.
Queen of Pain being banned out. Okay, now this is where I think maybe heroes like Templar Assassin may come in handy, but then I don't really think you want to pick TA into Bad Rider because of how fast the reflection just burns off. Quap, banning away Quap, taking away the Weaver. Shadow Fiend?
10 seconds remaining.
Will they go for the SF game again?
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, did it play as... Olia did play a pretty mean Shadow Fiend in the first game, so I don't really see why not. You're banning away the Queen of Pain, an obvious counter to Shadow Fiend. Just moving on to the second phase of the draft. They may want to copy... I think at this point of time, Valor still has a stronger
Radiant
draft
team
compared to Valkyries. And here we go, picking the Mars, finally! Finally, I was actually talking about the Mars pick in the first game, and now we're actually having the Mars pick here. But one thing to watch out for is that you're picking Mars into Bad Rider. Bad Rider is an obvious counter to Mars. You're able to firefly through the walls, the arena,
10 seconds
and at the same
remaining.
time, Mars isn't exactly immune, doesn't have
Dire
high
team
magic
pick.
resistance against the
Hand Ranger
Firefly
at your
or the
service.
Napalm. You don't exactly have the highest turning rate either. Considering that you really want to throw that Javelin, yeah, Napalm is gonna really be quite a nuisance for you. Valkyrie's going up with the Wind Ranger pick. Now, Wind has actually been really popular pick so far.
10
It's
seconds
been played in the safe lane, we've been seeing Wind in the mid, sometimes even in the off
5
lane. So
seconds
Wind is one of
remaining.
those picks that can just go anywhere. And at this point of time, I think both drafts are still rather flexible. Valkyrie's draft is still flexible, but yeah, you're picking picks, you're picking counter picks into counter picks. You pick Bat into Oracle, you pick Mars into the Bat. It's a little bit confusing. But we'll see how it goes. I still see a choice for maybe a Monkey King. Maybe Monkey King and Shadow Fiend. I mean, we've seen the Monkey King Mars combo before. It's really scary.
Team pick.
Pangolier. Okay. This... Okay, as you can see, Pangolier is still hiding behind the Master Shield. Oh, we're going to see him for a while. As Mars lifts up the shield and reviews Pangolier right next to him. And here comes the shield spinning, blocking off the Pangolier. Pango hiding behind the shield.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay, jokes aside,
5
we are starting to see a
seconds
little bit of
remaining.
team synergy coming out from Valor. You've got the control, you've got Mars, Lifestealer. Okay. Lifestealer, good response towards the Mars pick. Rage goes through the arena. Not to mention, Lifestealer overall does now the Lifesteal actually takes off Lifesteal off your overall max HP. So yeah, overall great against Pangolier and Mars. But then again, Pangolier's lucky
10
shot
seconds
does go through
remaining.
PKB, so yeah, Lifestealer has to watch out a little
5
bit for that.
seconds remaining.
Still, Pangolier mid. Alright, it's gonna be Pangolier mid, Mars off. Tiny
Radiant
support and
team
tiny
back.
fall. It's gonna be around there. Well, in terms of mid lane, I think at this point in time, both teams still can look for a mid lane pick.
Radiant
Valor, they
team
do have the
pick.
last pick, so coming in with the counter plays, there are still a couple heroes left in the pool. I really think Death Prophet might be pretty
Dire
good
team pick.
on the side of Valor. Oh, Valkyrie's actually going for the Wraith King pick. So we're gonna be seeing maybe bad mid. Could be a bad mid. Here we go,
Choose
Juggernaut.
your hero.
So Juggernaut's gonna be playing the safe lane for sure. Could be Pangolier support. Could. No, Olia's playing Juggernaut now. So now Olia actually played the Shadow Fiend in the previous game. Wow, she has some really nice sets though. First the Arcana of Shadow Fiend and now the Arcana of the Golden Sword on Juggernaut. Impressive. Alright. Oh man. Okay, so in terms of favorite draft, I have to go with Valor for now. I don't know, it just seems that their draft just seems much more stable in terms of the team fight. You have something nice to rely on, such as Juggernaut. Juggernaut beats... Yeah, I think Juggernaut will beat Lifestealer late game. But then Wraith King. Wraith King is going to be an issue that Valor has to deal with. You don't exactly... I mean, you got Pangolier to clear it. Okay, God's Ruby to clear it. Okay. But then again, Wraith King is just going to be this huge nuisance. It's going to be one big chunk of meat in the middle of the playfield. It's going to be hard to deal with. I think around... Even judging by the hero picks, you have slows, you have stuns. It's going to be quite hard to kite around the Wraith King. Previous game, 11-5 Weaver, and they decided to ban it out. So without further ado, we will be starting our third game, our last and final game. We have Valor versus Valkyrie. Valkyrie will be playing in the Radiant and Valor on the Dire. So going for the player introduction, we have Misk playing the Wraith King, Tauti playing the Grimstroke, and all the way down the mid lane we actually have the Wind Ranger played by Zelia, and in the safe lane we have a support Bat Rider with Lagers, or is it Aegers? I think it's Lagers. Yeah, Lifesteal is going to be played by Lagers. In the safe lane, and moving all the way down to the off lane of the die, we have Gracelyn playing the Tiny, ALZ on the Mars, mid lane Pangolier played by Xaviera, and then interestingly enough, Aulia, instead of playing the Shadow Fiend, she'll be playing the safe lane Juggernaut this time. And last but not least, we do not want to forget our lovely support, the Sacrificial Position 5, Octa Nitro C playing the Oracle. So yeah, in terms of draft execution, I think that Valor might be... Valkyrie will be easier to execute, whereas Valor, they're kind of hard to deal with, to be honest. They have all three of their cores are fairly hard to kill, and not to mention you have an Oracle. Yeah, I think even though that Valkyrie's draft looks so much easier to execute, I think in terms of draft power, Valor just seems to have an overall advantage. That Oracle pick, even though it's first, is gonna come in handy. It's really gonna come in handy. Even against when Wind Ranger just focus fire, he's able to use Fate's Edict to disarm her. Not to mention of the False Promise. ALZ playing the Spear, playing the Big Mars. Now I'm actually expecting quite a lot of plays from this Red God, the son of Zeus. Even though this hero is taking quite a lot of nerfs recently, I still see him as fairly strong. But you're playing Mars into both Lifestealer and Bat Rider now. That's going to be an issue for them to face. Now Xaviera. Now this is going to be a tricky one. I'm not so sure if she's actually going to be playing the Maelstrom build. I think first things first, most likely she might rush for the bottle and then afterwards go for the Javelin. Maybe Javelin, if not it's going to be that Diffusal. I think Diffusal might be a good choice as well, since they're playing into heroes like Lifestealer, Wraith King, maybe even Bat Rider. These are heroes that are really mana dependent. Just getting some G confirmations, but the game is still paused. Bottom lane is going to be really tough though. They're playing Bat Rider into the Mars. I think Valor, it's not going to be the easiest game of their life.
I will someday repay. Absolutely perfect.
30 seconds to go.
Indeed. Let's play some Dota. So, honestly, I'm going to be quite curious to see how ALZ will play around this. They're playing against two counter picks in their bottom lane, picking Mars into both Bat Rider and Lifestealer. It makes sense that you're laning with an Oracle, but then again, will you be able to fully maximize your hero's potential in this case? Things are going to be rather passive.
Battle begins.
Both teams, I think they know that this is gonna be serious. The winner of this game will guarantee himself a free spot into the playoffs for tomorrow and Sunday. Here's where all of their seriousness will be focused on. Nobody wants to lose. Everybody's gonna play this game extremely carefully. Oh, Leah actually going for the safe lane block. Okay, safe lane block. 2019. Yeah, I mean it makes sense. I mean if you want to get that first group going. But overall, check it out. Gracie just hiding in the trees, possibly going in for something. I mean, both of these teams have been extremely strong. Likewise, both of these teams, both Valkyrie and Valor, are now sitting 2-0, 2 wins and 0 losses. So this is where both of them really have to put in their best, and hopefully the lag just doesn't get in the way. A little bit of tilt coming in from the players as the lag is real. Bottom lane is going to be really tough. This bad rider pick pumping more points than Napalm is going to be so annoying for Mars and Oracle, but it's definitely going to give Lifestealer the opportunity to scale faster. Early point and maybe getting an early Midas, securing herself some good early and mid game rotations. Smooth transitions, sorry, from the early to the mid games. Likewise for the mid lane, I think that this matchup between Pangolier and Wind Ranger, I would favor against Pangolier. Nah, okay, I'm gonna go for Wind. I think these things are still fairly even. Let me think. Cause even though you get your win run, you're not exactly expecting to be getting hit by physical. Is it physical? Yeah, it's physical. Okay, wait. So okay, I think Win might have an advantage here. So for Pangolier, still deciding. Yeah, I think it's gonna go for the classic Javelin because of the pierce. It pierces through evasion as well, so it's great against the Windrunner. But then again, the Diffuser Blade does sound pretty legit as well. So some G's are being caught out and the game shall be resumed. And once again, another pause will be coming up. I think that just trying to get some confirmations from Valor. Valor wants to get some confirmation from Valkyrie to make sure that there's no unfairness in this final game. Tactical pause as Sparrow does get Spear of Mars into the trees. Sicilian getting fairly low, throwing in more of those napalm stacks. 3 stacks onto ALZ already, but does she have to follow up damage? One more hit will do the trick, and Lagos will take the first blood as Mars will fall. Sicilian will slowly fly her way back all the way to the base, saving that TP, saving the usage of the courier. Rather early start to her first blood, Mars will die one time at the bottom lane. The disarm stacks onto the Windrunner. Careful as she may be. Toti don't exactly want to trade hits with a tiny. I mean, Gracely, she does have a toss available. If Toti doesn't get too careful, she can easily get slingshotted all the way back to base. Oh, the slingshot is real. The start ray fire blast will connect onto the tiny. But Toti should be able to get out of there without any things to lose. A little bit of I think it's slightly unfortunate that the creep wave was too fast. It's a nice toss though. Mid lane, Windrunner does have the advantage over the Pangolier at this point of time. Xavier will be able to slowly snag up those last hits, trying to get as much experience as she can, overtake this Windrunner. Yeah, I think Wind will have the advantage in this case. Power Shot is just so powerful against Pangolier.
You're too kind.
Like, come on, think about it. You're in at 640 HP. It's not like you're going to be building braces, right? Braces sounds like a pretty good response though to Wind Ranger, mitigating the Power Shot's damage. Bottom lane. Actually, Mars is still faring pretty well, surprisingly, against this lineup. ALZ just trying to snag as much EXP as she can, but the wave will be pushing against the Radiant. So this is where she has to be slightly careful. Going in for the EXP may be able to cost her life, and just as I said that, the Spear of Mars will be rooted into the trees. Yes, slowly but slowly, step by step, Sicilian would just stack up those napalms.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Top lane overall, things are still fairly even. Wraith King into Juggernaut. Wraith King, I think this is the time when I think she might be maxing Mortal Strike. Because when you play against Juggernaut, I think Wraith King should be able to easily trade hits. Like this crit percentage is much more than the Blade Dance. This is 180, this is almost twice the amount of damage, a 300% crit. Yeah, mid lane Pangolier is just slowly catching up. Yeah, I think this is the point in top lane where even though Juggernaut does have a level advantage over Wraith King, it really does go down to the fact whether they're able to trade hits or not. Oh, the Great Fire Blast does connect onto Juggernaut, but the crit doesn't appear. Oh, the Stroke of Fate will be able to take out Juggernaut, but it won't be enough to bring her down. Unfortunate that Mortal Strike didn't connect. Yep, maxing the crit is the way to go. Aaliyah having to ferry or solve anytime soon. It's going to be the 5-minute runes coming up. Tiny waits patiently by it. Gracelyn gets one. It's going to be a 2. Yeah, 2 for 2. Radiant snatches 2, and so does the die. Gracelyn actually walking in for the backgrounds. Misk taking a huge chunk of damage from the tree. The toss will only be able to throw the zombie away. Not exactly a zombie, it's more of a Wraith King skeleton. Throwing the skelly far back behind. Oh, Liam actually, she might actually go for the drum spill this game. Oh, the Shock of Fate connecting onto Aaliyah. Can't afford to lose too many last hits right here. 13 to 4, not exactly the best start of her life. Mid lane, both Wind Ranger and Pangolier will hit the level 6. Being extremely cautious not to actually eat that power shot. ALZ and Octa Nitro will ditch off lane for a short fraction of a time just to heal up. It's Life Stealer. Wait. Actually, I'm quite surprised that Life Stealer isn't really dominating in last hits. I'm gonna watch. Oh, does she get a deny? No. ALZ doesn't get a deny, and Lagos will be to get the cut. She doesn't get the deny. Mars gets the deny. Okay, this is quite entertaining. Last hits. Monkai S. Mira on the mid lane. Xaviera doesn't have any mana to follow up. She does have the Mango though. But Zelia is fairly strong. Fortress and will be with the Windrunner in place. Xaviera. Oh, here comes the roll. No, she is not. As mutations are there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Barada has to be slightly careful here and don't have any mana to work with. But top lane, Wraith King falling extremely low with the spin. Gracelyn, is there any disables available? No, there is not. Oh, bottom lane, ALZ gets the Spear of Mars onto Lagers, onto the tree, Fortune's End. Will be able to root the Lifestealer in place. That's not going to do anything at all.
I am in your debt.
surprising though, his Mars pick is actually faring pretty well. Top lane. Raking does get spinned down by the Juggernaut. Short and simple combo. Tiny just stuns into toss and you just spin. Is it getting a third stack? No, it's not. Likewise at the bottom lane though, Lifestealer has the top of, is leading the net worth. She's not doing exactly the best in the world for the last hits. Like it's 8 minutes in, you got phase boots, but no Midas in sight. Still a long way to go. Probably getting it around maybe the 12 to 13 minute mark. I think I'm guessing it to be, yeah, around 12 minutes for the Midas. Really understanding that there's going to be a lot of trade damage from the Lifestealer. LC actually went for the casual chainmail to build into the phase boost eventually. Look at Gracelyn, she's just stacking up all of the camps for a wonderful cause. It's going to be 3 stacks there for Juggernaut. Something for her to rely on later. Octa Nitro. Will we staying in the trees? At this point of time, they have to be slightly careful. They don't really want to initiate onto Misk when she has a reincarnation up. Misk trying to snag off as much EXP as she can to get her second life. But this is all about Venom though. Slightly slow-paced game so far. As a lot of teams still moving, slowly breaking away from the laning stage. Misk does get scouted out. She does not have a reincarnation at the moment. The spin is out. Gracelyn throwing out the avalanche. The leash will be there to silence up the time to prevent any more follow-ups. Salty will be being swelled up. Juggernaut has to be cautious. She has the Omni Slash, but without the vision, she has to be really cautious. Salty will be tossed up behind, and Olia will be able to spin down the Grave Choke. That's going to be an easy kill for them. But at the same time, Dire will lose the Mars at the bottom, contesting for the bounty rune.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Sicilian actually already going in for the Tranquil Boots. Preparing herself just enough mana, Mango with the clarity, so she can sustain in those ganks. So like I said, it's still a slightly passive game. Mid lane seems to be dead even. Pangolier having a slight advantage over the Wind Ranger, but it's barely a wave advantage. Top lane, we're going to see 3 heroes being rotated up. Olia does get silenced up. She will back away, knowing that there's no support by her back. I think this is the part where Juggernaut really has to be slightly careful. She doesn't really want to get caught out, especially once Bat Rider hits her level 6, or when Wind Ranger starts to go in with those rotations. See, Zelia slowly starting to move away from the mid lane, farming both the mid lane camps and the side camps. But I think there's a part of time where I think the laning stage will slowly break away, and when the gangs start coming in, that's where we're going to see some action.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Elegas does get the Midas up. This is the part where she'll slowly start to scale slightly faster than usual. While she's farming bottom, the rest of the team will be banging at the tier 1s. Loving the push from the Wraith King.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Even not exactly the richest guy right now, Wraith King is still doing his work, taking down tier 1s. 12 minutes into the game. Quick pause up. It's probably a connection issue again. But overall, I still have my bad stat. Valor might take this win. I don't know, it just feels a Vector. Valor at this point of time, they seem to have a stronger laning stage. Maybe, just possibly. Nah, okay, they didn't exactly have the strongest laning stage, my bad. But then, I think when it comes to the mid game, late game, they will start to come online. once this Mars starts to stack up in terms of health and sustain, and when Juggernaut starts to get those agility points, same with the Pangolier, the damage output is just insane. One thing I really like about this Pangolier pick is more or less the lucky shot, and you're drafting in mid lane, such that you're actually able to scale faster levels compared to the enemy cores. During phase of time, this lucky shot doing that disarm, yeah, I think it's going to be great against heroes like Wraith King, Wind Ranger, Life Stealer. But one thing to worry about is whether or not if this hero can actually sustain within the fights. And G's the call. Olia will find the big creep, and Miss scouting it out will slowly back away, trying to avoid some conflict. Not want to take it all. Zelia actually going for the has the Maelstrom faster than the Pangolier.
Double damage.
I mean, Pango did go for the arcane boost though. Yeah, I think things are still slightly even for both teams. Still early in, it's 3-2, 12 minutes into the game. Not much aggressions on the tower just yet, apart from the Wraith King push. Oh, Zelia trying to go in for the shackle shot with the DT up. Focus fire will be onto the Pangolier, and Pangolier just melts instantly with the double damage. Barrier's there for the XP.
Is under attack. Dire's structures
Great
are
understanding of
fortified.
damage. Zelia just runs all the way in, knowing that there's no way that Pangolier could escape her. Bottom lane, the pings are coming out as Legas does try and trade hits with ALZ. Open wounds will be there to slow in place. Legas will be going in for the Radiance. So it's going to be a 4-2. So first team seemingly in favor of Valkyrie. Taking note that Valkyrie is from Philippines and Valor is actually from the Indonesia. So these two, like I've mentioned before, these two regions are actually by far the most aggressive regions in Southeast Asia. So it's quite rare to actually see them both play this passive so far. Legas being set up, going in for the Mars, but Mars will be able to throw out the Arena of Blood, and Tao T just sits outside waiting for the arena to end. Tiny coming into the backlines. But Wind Ranger, Zelia does get the shackle shot onto the Oracle. He will be able to one up. Here comes the latch. Zelia just runs to the tree trying to find his Oracle. There won't be any follow-up at this point in time. ALZ will be able to scout out. Octo Neutral will be able to escape from the fire, but the Firefly burning through the trees, and Wind Ranger will fall. Oracle does have the magic immunity, but the Inkswell is onto the Batrider, and Batrider will be able to run down this Oracle with Fire Blast onto the Tiny. The Lasso will be able to drag off the Mars, fending the rest of the team, ensuring that ALZ won't be able to stop them. Same time, Juggernaut actually managed to snag a kill onto the Grimstroke. The spin is there. ALZ will be able to push one aside as Misk. Maybe a little bit of a misplay there. The crit is there. The trait is going to be a reincarnation, but this time Xaviera is there. Here comes the roly-poly. Everybody's going to get knocked into the corner. Pangolier, beep beep. It's going to hit anyone. It's going to hit the Batrider fall. Gracie still in the back lines, trying to get some sort of stun going. Power shot, it's not going to do anything as Xaviera stands in the same line as Tiny, mitigating the damage. So 5-6, 2,000 gold swinging in favor for Valor. I think the dive just went a little bit too much for Zelia, so this team just kind of left it behind. Queuing in for that early BKB. I think going for that BKB really allows her to sustain a little bit better, especially against all the lockdown from Tiny, the Arena of Blood from Mars.
Precious bounty.
Tardy and the Phantom's Embrace, latching onto the creeps.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
Are we going to be seeing two Midases though? Nah, I think Wraith King is going to be playing back to save a game. Xaviera picks the double damage. It does stack with the swashbuckle, so she has to be slightly careful. Don't really want to misplay this game, this next fight. This double damage can be huge. There isn't any reincarnation at this point of time. So if Valor's really looking for it, I'm pretty sure they can go for the kill. Mars, on the other hand, LZ scouting out the players from the sidelines. Zelia slowly just trying to farm those items of hers. Not going for the Aghanim's, but going for the BKB. Playing things slightly safer. Aaliyah going in, already going in for the mana cell. Likewise, 17 minutes into the game. This just might be our most careful game that we're actually streaming. You can actually see both of these teams showing tons of respect to each other, not getting too complacent, not getting too aggressive, understanding the limits of their heroes. This is gonna be the final game, so like I said, the winner of this round will guarantee himself a free spot in the playoffs. Step closer to the prize pool. So you can only understand why they're playing, being so cautious for this final game. No response at tier 1 as the pings are coming out. I think at this point of time they just want to really get their items. Both sides, Valkyrie, she just wants to get the BKB up. As for Valor, there are still items coming up, but there is the double damage. They're sitting comfortably in the side of the jungle. They do scout out Lagers, but it looks like they're actually going in onto the Bad Rider instead. The Avalanche is out, the root is there, and this Bad Rider just completely evaporates. Aulia chasing down Misk. Blade Fury is there, chasing him down. With the drums, there's no way you can outrun this Juggernaut, sir. LZ, the Arena of Blood is available at the moment, but she does get Shackle Shot to the trees. Unfortunately, she gets silenced up, unable to cast out that Arena of Blood. Yes, she does, but where is the follow-up? The rest of the Radiant will be stuck in the Arena of Blood. Zevira with the pops the double damage, but unable to follow up, loses the Mars in the battle, likewise losing away the double damage. Valor, they have to keep their cool again. They just might make the same mistake once more. Just like the first game that they've actually played, they can't really afford to lose any more of these mistakes, as it may eventually lead to a huge snowball. Fortune's End will be able to save his life, but here comes the latch connecting into 2. It's not going to do anything at all though. Pangolier getting himself in a really nice juicy spot, rolling and stunning the entire world. Brave King is disarmed and this is going to force them all the way back. Windrunner tries to windrun away with the evasion, but Aulia will be able to finish it off with the Omni Slash. Killing spree for the Juggernaut. The stun, the root onto the Brave King. The reincarnation is now on cooldown. It's going to be 4 death for Valkyrie. Well played from the Indonesian stars. Pangolier slowly and eventually getting in the diffuser blade. Actually, Pangolier went in for the swashbuckle range. Interesting pick. Interesting choice, in fact. Most of the players usually like to go for that 3 mana region, because it just gives so much more sustain. I feel that the 300 swashbuckle slash range is quite long, but would you really want it though? Rather more sustain, but giving that additional points in range means more targets as well, means more procs for the Maelstrom. For Mars, he is getting that Blink Dagger, much needed. In fact, doesn't exactly want to get caught out in the same situation as he did previously. Gracelyn taking up her own stacks, I guess. 6-11, 4K network lead so far for Valor. Everybody just taking things slow and steady. Pangolier, she's actually going for the Linked Sphere. But would you rather go for the Linked Sphere or more of a Lotus Orb in this game though? Because the Linkeds will definitely help against Grimstroke. Soulbind is just such an incredible spell at this point of time. It's just... I think we're starting to see Grimstroke in almost every single game. It's just ridiculous. It's great in the lane because of the Inkswell. The amount of pressure she is able to dish out with the Stroke of Fate, and the amount of plays you can make with just Phantom Embrace and Soulbind. So some pings are already being drawn out. No vision on the Radiant. They can't really see where the Dire are. Most they can do is guess. Likewise goes for Valor. They don't exactly have any vision on Valkyrie's side as well. Oh, aggressive TP in from Zelia. Shackle shot onto the Juggernaut, but here comes the Arena of the Blood. Zelia will be released the BKB just in time as she slowly tries to back away. Olia does have the Omni Slash available, but I don't think she will want to commit at this point of time. Zelia. The latch will connect onto both the Tiny and the Mars, but there won't be any follow-ups at all. The Soulbind has been great, but where's the follow-up? There's no double Lasso, there's no double Ray Fire Blast. And at this point of time, Sicilian is still farming in the top jungle. The rest of Valor will actually begin their push all the way to the tier 3, sitting very comfortable, even though without the Arena of the Blood. Shackle of Shots will connect onto 2, it's huge! Blast to the Woe Rage and jump straight into the middle of the fight, but the Power Fortress End will just come in just in time as ALZ tries to hold off at Lagers. The jump in from Zevera will not be enough to save her life, as she will die. Omni Slash will be committed, and double kill for the Juggernaut as she chases all the way for Tauti. Wraith King will be able to reincarnate in the backlines, so that's not going to do anything. Juggernaut will spin TP out to safety, and Windrunner will continue her chase onto the Oracle. But the Fate's Edict just saves her life just in time. ALZ throws out the Arena of the Blood and TPs out right into safety. Zelia, unlucky. But Oracle with that Fate's Edict. Fate's Edict with those Fortune Ends, not to mention the False Promise, is just being so strong. How long does this even last? 8 seconds? Well, it's definitely long enough for Pangolier to do his things. But unfortunately, there just wasn't any heals available, and yeah. Definitely not so soon until she gets a Guiding Grease. Maybe that might start to make a difference. Bad Rider going in for the Urn, eventually queuing up for the Blink Dagger, but hopefully there will be some follow-up with the Soulbind. Top lane, Misk will find herself a stun onto the Juggernaut. Olia will spin TP out, or spin and roll right out. Tiny, coming into Avalanche, but would there be any targets for her to toss into? No, there will not. Shackle Shot will not latch at all, and this should probably be an easy tier 1 for Valor as they just start to pressure the tier 1s. There's nothing that Valkyrie can do at this point in time to really stop this. The 25-minute runes are up. Mars casually making her way down the mid lane. Throwing out the spears of Mars. Sicilian will TP out. No one really scouts her out, and yeah, it's gonna be 4 bounty runes. Will it be 4? Gracelyn does got all Lagers, but
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
just walk right back out. Lagers, 25 minutes, already has the Radiance, has the Midas. More or less, rather the same as the Juggernaut. So far, the game seems to be favoring Valor tremendously. I mean, it still did even slowly, but the Disarm comes up from Zevera. Stun, she will be able to rage TP out, but the crit is real. There's nothing to do to burst it down. The pings on ALZ. The pings though. Come on. I mean, God's Rebuke, it does pierce through. Does it? It is physical. Yeah, but I don't think it was enough to kill the Juggernaut, to be honest. Whoa, Wraith King actually rushing in for that Assault Cuirass. That's interesting. Okay. Extra armor reduction. Hopefully maybe pairing it better with the Windrunner and the Lifestealer. But if you're playing an off-lane tank, wouldn't you really want to build like something like a dagger to help you initiate? Because right now the issue is like there just isn't any follow-up with the Grimstroke. The Soulbind was nice, but there just isn't the follow-up, and that's going to be an issue that Valkyrie definitely needs to solve up before the next fight. Lakers still looking fairly strong. Slowly queuing up for the Mana Star. Dire, they are looking for the Roshan this point of time. Doesn't seem like Raiden really knows where they are. They don't have any vision at all. But likewise, I mean for Valor, they do have a rough idea of where it is. The scan is out, but maybe coming in a little bit too late. We really want to fight into a Pangolier. We really want to fight in the Roshan pit when there's a Pangolier. Not to mention that there's an Arena of Blood as well. Juggernaut will be taking up the Aegis, without a doubt. 27 minutes in. Bad Rider finally having that Blink Dagger. Hopefully these initiations will be slightly more smoother, if I may say. Because at this point of time, everything's just a little bit too messy. But Brave keep going for that South Curious though. It gives armor reduction to the towers. It's good. It's a really strong team fight item, especially for heavy right clickers. But still, I still feel that the overall issue is that one, you're not able to tank at all into the front lines. You're not able to do anything in Wraith King. You don't have the damage at this point of time. You don't have the initiation. You don't really have the tankiness as well. Maybe even considering for the Aghanims next time might have been a better choice. Just this Assault Curious is just throwing me off a little bit. I don't really see a need for it, particularly. For Win, she is getting that. The team is Edge and Javelin, so yeah, it's probably going to be a MKB. But Valor is slowly starting to bulk up. Crimson Guard is available onto the Mars. And Smoke at the seat. Gracelyn will scout things out, but she does have a dagger. Valkyrie has to be slightly careful here. No one really wants to get jumped on first by the Tiny. Bad Rider, she does have a Blink Dagger, so this is the part where I think they can actually pull off the combo. If Grimm is able to latch on those two heroes with the Soulbind, pretty sure team fights will start off fairly well from there. Just look at ALZ, just waiting patiently in the trees, making sure not to make any more mistakes, not getting too impulsive. Oh, here she goes. ALZ blinks in deep, getting the God's Rebuke off, but it's not going to do anything with the Arena of Blood. It's two BKBs up as Bat Rider will be the dragger right out of the team fight. The Soulbind connects onto the Mars, but it's not going to latch onto anyone. The False Promise is there to save ALZ's life for just a short period of time, but there's no way she's getting out here alive. Juggernaut gets stunned right behind, but Valkyrie missed, getting those right clicks off onto the Juggernaut. Instant buyback from the Mars as Pangolier rolls in and out of the team fight. Reincarnation is popped off the Brave King. Mars TP's up. Mars buys back, but TP's all the way up to the top lane to farm. But the Omnislash is huge. It actually catches onto the Lifestealer, bouncing all the way back to the Bad Rider as Juggernaut just going in aggressive, unstoppable killing spree. She has the Aegis available. Has to be slightly careful here. Win does have buyback. No False Promise for a minute. Good blink out from Gracelyn. Just be slightly careful as Valkyrie is actually looking for more. Xavier getting blocked up by the creeps. Swashbuckler up to the high ground. So the rest of Valkyrie, they're looking for more.
I'll take that as tribute.
Overall, Valor getting that slight advantage in gold. Gold and EXP. Despite almost the same amount of damage being done. Look at the change in experience and gold. So the win probability actually jumping in 75% from Valkyrie, jumping all the way down in favor for Valor. It's gonna be a huge swing for them. Likewise for the gold net worth and the XP.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
I mean, despite the Midas on Lakers, she's still slightly, she's still far behind the Juggernaut. I still think Juggernaut is still a great late game carry against the Lifestealer. Still a great solution.
Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
Juggernaut already has an MKB. It's a good solution against the Radiants. Not to mention, if you're gonna use Omni Slash onto the Windrunner, yeah, I think she really needs that Invis talent. Make things slightly easier. Tons of buybacks at this point of time. No hero is buyback, only Bat Rider, but it's gonna come up shortly. Valkyrie will smoke, will group up for a smoke. They do ping out the illusions,
Radiant's
as
bottom
Lakers
barracks
will
are
lead
under
the
attack.
charge. Maybe, just maybe, she might get initiation off. Lakers being really careful to blink dagger from the Barrier. Woman with Dragon on the Juggernaut, but he's really tanking. The false promise is there to stop the Juggernaut just in his tracks. But here comes the Soulbind, stopping both Mars and Tiny. There's nothing they can do. The Arena of Blood is there. It's not going to do anything but catch off the Grimstroke. Completely missing the core targets of Wind Ranger, and the rest of Valkyrie will just walk right out. That's the thing about Bat Rider. Picking Bat Rider to Oracle, that's quite risky. It's gonna be buyback from Wraith King. Only one on the Radiant side. ALZ will push the Wraith King all the way back. A toss coming in from the Bat Rider. He just instantly melts. The tree will be thrown out as Gracelyn being jumped on by Misk. Wraith King does have the reincarnation available, but the amount of damage output from the Juggernaut is incredible. The MKB doing his work. It's gonna be 2 down for the Radiant as Valor makes their way up to the high ground. The root will be there for the Wraith King. There is the disarm. Crimson will be popped. This Valkyrie just watches in horror as the base just gets torn apart completely. Shaka Shot connects onto two, both Tiny and the Mask. But Misk does not have the reincarnation available. The Arena of Blood will be thrown out. The instant buyback from the Wraith King. Barrier will be up in 10 seconds. It's going to be a double kill for the Mars. And it's going to go back to the objective, taking out that mini Rex. With Fire Blast onto the Tiny, she's tanky, being able to soak up a little bit of that. But here comes Olia, coming with those writings onto the Wraith King. Does not have the reincarnation. It's gonna be 1.5 minutes down. It's gonna be a dieback, a double kill for the Pangolier. And this is where Valor starts to take off the head of the snake.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Valkyrie,
Radiant's bottom barracks
what started off as such a great laning stage. Actually, to be honest, in terms of the laning stage, they did extremely well, Valkyrie. But
Radiant's bottom
I guess the aggression wasn't there. Like, you're picking Bat Rider and Lifestealer against Mars, and the issue is that Mars was still able to get a farm. And Lifestealer? I think she just wasn't able to contest against the Mars pick. Even though the fact that Oracle wasn't exactly there all the time. So I guess even though you may have countered them in the laning stage, it's not really that fair. But Zelia utilizing that invis from the Windrun. ALZ not being able to catch anyone. Well, not without detection at least. Wraith King will be up in 30 seconds time. As Windrunner will be able to pop the PKB. Trying to catch something off. Understand? Oh, the Shackle will be the ledge on the Mars. Right at the trees, but Zelia doesn't have any mana to spare. The False Promise is up onto the Mars. Tiny trying to lock down this Bat Rider, but here comes the root, connects on the tree! And the monster kills tree for the Juggernaut and a mega kill for the Pangolier. Absolutely perfect. Wraith King just comes up. The Mana Star will try to dodge the Omni Slash, but it's a triple kill. The Omni Slash brings him all the way to the fountain. Missed. Does have the reincarnation one more time as Alia tries to change the aggro onto the Mars, but that's not gonna work as she melts straight away to the fountain.
are under attack.
ALZ diving in deep all the way to the fountain. Melee Rex just about to fall. Yeah, it's gonna be a mega kill. It's gonna be a mega creeps.
The Dire now have mega creeps.
fight of the fight. As Valor slowly makes their way into the Ancient.
Radiant's middle
No
tower
buybacks
is
at the
under
moment,
attack.
only Bad Rider has it. But Sicilian unable to utilize the combo of the Soulbind and the Lasso. I think overall, Grimstroke still. Personally, I still feel that the most favorite item to get first is still that Aether Lens. Without that Aether, you can't really start off the fight. Because what happens is such that all of the core players, they don't, or like, most of those spellcasters, they're just really hesitant to cast out their spells. As everybody just wants to utilize it with Soulbind. So starting off a fight with the Soulbind is actually quite a good tactic, but it's going to be really, really difficult if the Grimstroke doesn't exactly have an Aether Lens, neither does she have a Playing Dagger. So overall, sure, defensive items are great, but as the first item for Grim, I think Aether might be the call.
Radiant's
By this
top
point of time,
shrine
Valor's
is
just
under
looking
attack.
so incredibly strong. It's 24,000 gold net worth lead compared to Valkyrie. If you're checking out the win percentage, it's almost a guaranteed win probability for Valor. Although Valkyrie's job is easy to execute, it just seems that Valor just been playing this game so much better. The team fight, the coordination just seems to be so much better than Valkyrie, even though there were some hiccups in certain fights.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
You can't blame players. I
Has
mean,
fallen.
even for pro players all the way up there, rank 1, rank 100, everyone makes mistakes once in a while, but it just seems that Valkyrie's made far too many mistakes, and when they slipped, they really fell hard, losing an objective one after the other. And I thought that one of the reasons why they lost so much map control initially was because of the lack of vision. Like the walls were just constantly getting dewatered. Yeah, but then again, still not the end of the game. Valkyrie is still looking awfully strong, but whether or not strong enough to hold against the power of Valor. Then again, this Assault Curious on Wraith King is gonna be quite questionable, I guess. I still question it. You go for armor reduction, I understand, but I don't think that's your role. I don't really think that that's your role. You need to be able to sit. I mean, sure, tank is one thing, but if you're not going for a BKB, you're not exactly doing anything so far. I even think that the Agonists would have been so much better. Soulbind connects onto Mars and the Juggernaut. Tiny gets lashed on him all the way to the tree, but here comes the lasso, finally dragging him all the way back to the base, but that's not going to do anything, as the Pangolier with the Agonists and the double damage will roll around, jump around with the Swashbuckle, all of that damage. Olia will be able to finish off the kill onto the Wind Ranger with that MKB. He's doing his work. Olia does have the Omni Slash, but she will play it patient.
Radiant's middle tower is
Tiny
under
actually
attack.
still running away from the Wraith King and the Lifestealer. The Avalanche will be able to sustain for just a short portion of time. Wraith King does not have the level 20 talent at all. It's just gonna fall. Die back on Wind. This area will get chased down by the Lifestealer. Juggernaut's Omni Slash actually finishing off the Wind Ranger, and that's gonna be GGWP from Valkyrie as the Valor emerges victorious in the series. So for this group, we'll actually be seeing Valor coming in first place, followed by Valkyrie. So Valkyrie, not all hope is lost for them, as they still get the chance to play off in the wildcards. As for Valor, they will actually be advancing to the playoffs for tomorrow, both Saturday and Sunday. We'll actually be starting off at 12, and it's going to last all the way to 6 PM. So do stay tuned for us for that. But for this game, I think that overall, Valor Esports, they just played so much more precise. They were so good at their coordination. They had managed to outlast that terrible laning stage that Valkyrie was able to dish onto them. And yeah, overall, I just felt that Valor just did a really, really good job. Like, overall, I think in the laning stage, yeah, see around the 10-minute mark, Valkyrie does have that huge advantage. But then towards the 20-minute mark, I think that's the tilting point where Valor actually snacks that advantage and just starts taking out fights after fights, objective after objective, and Valkyrie under the pressure just fell one at a time. I think that's the part where they actually lost that cool. But then, same thing, these players have been playing all night, all evening today. since 7, so you can understand that some of them are actually quite tired. So like I said, this tournament is not possible without our wonderful sponsors. We have Dreamcore, Overdrive, Elgato, Super Solid, Yahoo, and Aftershock. I'm your wonderful caster, Jitjuan. Stay tuned for tomorrow's playoffs as I'll still be here casting together with Ashley, and I'll catch you all next time.